Last day, chat. Final day. This is gonna be good.
Taking the most important best of 3 we've seen today.
CRL World Finals starts now.
This is gonna be good.
Day 2 of the CRL 2025 World Finals at DreamHack.
This is gonna be good.
The action we could have possibly asked for, and then some. Players did their absolute best to scrape and survive the brutal Day 2, which had elimination after elimination.
Final day, bro. Top 3 players, bro. Mo, Pedro, Sub.
And now we have finally arrived to this glorious day, this Day 3, the best day on Earth. Hello everyone, my name is Joshua AC Sharon, and joining me is Jackson Juicy Wall. Look, this is going to be a fantastic day, but before we get into this action, I do want to hear your thoughts. What really stood out to you from Day 2's play?
From millisecond Monk abilities to Sub's upset, sending Mo to the lower bracket, yesterday was filled with chaos and astounding Clash Royale gameplay. But enough about yesterday. Let's focus on the finals at hand, Josh.
Dude, chaos is the perfect way to describe it. We have so many storylines. The battle of the best friends up in the upper bracket, and then you have to worry about it. You know, there's so much money on the line. If you lose, you get thrown to the wolves. You get thrown down to Muhammad Light, where he reigns supreme in that lower bracket. You have to worry about that. But before we dive too deep into the upcoming action, talk to me about the format ahead.
So looking at the format, you know, we started with 12 players.
It's all BO5s now, right?
Bracket. Matches are best of 3 until today.
Damn.
For here on out, we are doing best of 5 duels.
Yes!
And if you don't know what that
Bro,
means, it means you can...
I was saying this yesterday, but if you're going to do a world event, I don't think any of the games should be BO3. If it's a once-a-year event to determine whoever the best player in the world is, it should only be BO5s. Because in a BO5, your bag has to be so deep with like the decks you run and shit once it gets to game 4 and game 5 especially. Like it literally will just end up being like who's the most versatile player. You know what I mean? I think BO5s, I think they just completely scrap the losers bracket and just make everything BO5. Like that's what I would do if I was them.
With $50,000, but these players aren't they didn't come here today for
that. Because BO3s could get pretty dicey.
Second place, $100,000, or that first place trophy, $200,000.
Chat, this is gonna be a great day, y'all. Great stream.
Next to kind of show you guys
CRL World Final, Grand Final
today. Obviously, the
last
day.
day.
Players we
look
have
at this,
left
chat. Look at this. Look at this.
Pedro.
Here's the bracket.
Muhammad Light. Muhammad Light was cruising off of
Come on, Mo, you got this, bro.
Basically, first round bye, but then Sub, like I said in the intro, sent him down to lower bracket.
Wow, it's gonna be cinema.
Ian,
it's gonna be
fan favorites. He also ended up taking
this literally gonna be cinema, chat.
Out of the tournament.
Chat also
with Sandbox.
Since it's the last day of the Clash season today, after this World Finals, I'm gonna grind ladder tonight and get a good finish.
Partners, and they are.
So it's gonna be a long stream, like really long.
And once again, they have to send someone down to Mo, ready for them.
Yeah, it's gonna be absolutely incredible. Sub, Pedro, and Muhammad Light. Day number 3 of the CRL World Finals. Look, the action's gonna be incredible. The storylines are great. And, you know, how do you even predict who's going to be able to win this? Yes, Mo is in the loser's bracket, but, you know, he's born for that. I really do want to see what the audience is thinking because, you know, we get out here and we say what we want to say, but I'd like to see what everyone else is saying. And he's in the lower bracket. How does this...
Keep in mind, bro, he's in the loser's bracket, so they both have 2 lives and he has 1 life, and he's still... the 78% favorite. That is just dominance.
Reasons why the community is shaping up like this. Number 1, Muhammad Light has done the lower bracket run before.
That's
crazy.
Number
2, this is best of 5s. We have never done best of 5s formatting in World Finals before, and I think it's one of the hardest things to do.
They
to
never
beat
did
Mo
it
3 times.
Ooh, yeah, I wouldn't want to have to go up against Mo again.
Chat, imagine having to beat Mo 3 times in a best of 5 format. Like, you're talking like you have a 5 to 10% chance as a pro.
Yeah, I think that, you know, it's mostly going to be
you have to get
similar,
great matchups and
but you're
play
gonna start
great.
to see some cards kind of take the place of others.
Bro, I
especially
love
when it comes
best
to
of 5.
spells.
Like,
I was talking with a few ex-pros.
I know I'm yapping, bro, but like, I love this fucking game and I love best of 5s. And bro, like, if hypothetically, let's say grand finals, because there's a good chance it happens. let's say Grand Finals comes down to the last game, they're going to be using the most chopped, like, off-meta decks ever. Because keep in mind, 8, 16, 24, 32. 32 of the 120 cards in Clash will be off the board. So, like, going into that last game, you have 90 cards to work with instead of 120. You know?
Ahead. Let's go.
And all the meta cards are going to be used in the first 2-3 battles. So, like, if it goes to game 5, like, they're going to be using, like, the most chopped decks ever.
Pô, é o campeonato mais importante do mundo do jogo, então...
I'm excited, bro, like, genuinely. BO5s is so much better for the game. Because it actually shows who's the best player. If Mo loses to BO5, I'll be shocked, bro.
Sendo bem honesto, eu fico muito feliz em enfrentar o Sub, porque pra mim esse ano ele com certeza é um dos melhores jogadores, juntamente do Muhammad Light. Eu mesmo também acho que eu estou entre os melhores.
Game over, Pedro. Reverse sweep to win it.
Então vai ser realmente uma partida muito incrível e eu tô muito ansioso pra gente jogar.
Boa sorte, Pedro, que seja um bom jogo.
Representing the same coach.
Here we go.
Representing the same team.
They have the same coach?
Representing the same country. Best of friends battling it out in our first ever best of 5 at World Finals. One moves on with a guaranteed minimum, number 2 in the world, and a $100,000 check.
How does that work
The
if they have
other
the same coach?
is sent down to the lower bracket where Muhammad Light awaits, seeking his 3rd crown and making history here at CRL.
Yeah, if he wins today, it'll be history.
Will come out on top?
First ever 3-time world champ.
The greatest battle of Brazil begins now. Introducing...
Was that guy in a battle?
Our reigning world number 4. Give it up for Cal Sub!
Chat, I've never heard somebody say that. Our reigning world number 4. I've only heard people say reigning champion. That is a weird way to say it, bro. Sub's really good, by the way. Bro, like, in all the qualifiers, Sub this whole year was getting like first, second, third, like in all the events.
Number 2 in the world in 2023. Make some noise for Cal Pedro!
Chat, I don't want to steer you guys wrong if you're going to predict, but I would go with Pedro.
One of the biggest storylines, in my opinion, is the fact that
I would go with
have
Pedro.
the same coach.
Yeah.
This entire weekend, we've been talking about Sub's consistency and Pedro's excellence in gameplay, but really behind the scenes, he has an incredible coach who has really put them in some incredible positions. Now they are doing it by themselves.
Yeah, I love that you brought that up. You know, picking by yourself without any help from your coach can be something that's a little bit daunting for a lot of these players. You know, a lot of them do have experience because on stage you have to be able to do that. But at the same time, you know, the other conversation is these guys have been practicing together all year. So they really kind of know each other's play styles.
Chad, this is going to
know
be
each other's
crazy today.
habits. And
boys, it's the final day, bro. Top 3 players, bro.
This match.
And so it really does make
Mo
you
plays
question,
the loser.
Are you going to go just
it's gonna be crazy,
real
chat.
comfort in the first couple games and then try and get cute, try and get tricky? Or are you just really getting wild early on? What would you do if you're one of these players?
Honestly, I
Chat,
think
who are
I'd
y'all
go for
betting on?
comfort. Pedro.
Who are y'all betting on? Who are y'all betting on? $12 million on... Oh, wow, it's close.
Against Ian in practice, and they didn't want to practice with him anymore because he was so good with it. So I think if I'm Pedro, I'm going with that.
Yeah, and here we take
Good
a
luck with
look
your points,
at Radix
guys.
Friend 2 foe. And yeah, these guys are going to be matching up all the time. We've seen it this year, last year, previous year. And I like that Brazilian showdown, consistency king. I mean, this is just going to be a brilliant matchup, and it's so hard to choose between the two players. Both players have that different part of them. Pedro, obviously, one of the best minor players, one of the best RG players. And then, I mean, with Sub, what do you say about him? I mean, it just feels like every single deck, he just knows how to play it macro and micro. There's just no tiny errors.
Yeah, I mean, once again, if you're going to be consistent, you need to be able to play every single deck to a T. And we saw that yesterday in a minor poison mirror matchup against Mo. He was somehow able to win. I don't even want to understand how many games he's played with that deck in order to make that happen.
Yeah. And here we go. We should be seeing some incredible decks soon. And we should be seeing some audience predictions as well, because look, this is going to be one of the closer battles between these two players. How do you choose? And wow, this is exactly what should be happening. 51% for Sub, 49% for Pedro. This is exactly what I expected. All right, y'all. 50-50 down the line. Now let's take a look at the caster predictions. All right, y'all. And I'm wondering if we're going to see 50-50 too. I chose Pedro. Now, who did you go for?
Chat, who do y'all boys got, man?
Chose Pedro. We're going to see what the other casters pick as well. Wow.
Yeah, so,
wow, okay. 50-50.
Chat, I know y'all are saying Evo mute. I'm done muting. The only reason why I'm saying Pedro was because I asked Riley before the event. I said, who do you think's going to win? He said, Mo. And then I said, if Mo doesn't win, who has the next best chance? And then Riley said Pedro. That was before the event.
And in those incredibly
And Riley's the king of predictions.
Going to be making
so that's why I went with Pedro. So chat, good luck with your points, bro. We're about to start. Let's go. Finally a PO5, man. I've been waiting for this. Finally. Like, thank God.
I love that graphic.
It's not just going to be Royal Ghost Simulator for once.
Sub was fourth place last year, but really his best finish is guaranteed.
This kind of tough
this year as well. This is such an important matchup. I cannot wait to see
Vamos
what
caralho.
we're going to be seeing here. I would love to see a minor poison versus
Brazil is the best at every game I play, I swear to God.
Game 1.
Brazil is the best country at games.
2025.
Let's go! Come on! Vamos porra, caralho!
A rage from Pedro. Just starting off right away.
Brazil has the best gamers,
dude. Once again, guys, it is best of 5 duels. So we're going to start seeing a little bit of weird spells, weird combinations.
Yep.
Because it doesn't just matter later in the match. It matters now. Saving certain spells. And the crowd erupts with the king. The crowd here in Atlanta is insane.
Yeah, every single time anything happens, they go off, and you just love to see it. Right here, Sub activating the King Tower, and then going in with
Royal
the Hunter
Giant
behind. Monk is going to pop.
Wait, Royal Giant versus Royal Giant?
And now a Monk ability from Sub, but it doesn't really get that much value.
So it looks like we're just heading into a Royal Giant mirror matchup. Pedro opting to use the Evo Wizard, Sub with the Evo Hunter. I would say Evo Hunter is a little bit more valuable in this situation, but at the same time, it's also more Monk value as well.
Yeah, we're going to see the rest of the decks soon. Fisherman coming in for Sub. Going to be able to clean that up very nicely with the Fisherman and the guards, but a second shot is going to rain down on the tower from Pedro's RG.
A perfect Electro Spirit to prevent all Royal Giant damage from Pedro. And this is why I mentioned earlier that Pedro is considered the best Royal Giant player at the moment. I mean, he just knows every single interaction. But I think a big thing to notice also is the fact that Pedro has Rage. You know, if Sub does have the log for the knockback on RG and for the guards, that could be a big difference maker.
And right here, Sub electing to go all in, gets the Evo RG right in front of the Hunter. And so the Evo RG in response, and that Monk ability is brilliant from Pedro. Takes
the Monk can block the RG?
Pedro does
I didn't even know that.
A slight advantage.
The Monk can block the RG? What?
Really good plays by Pedro with the deflection of the Royal Giant.
Bro, I did not know that, deadass.
He continues to get damage as well. I would say that this log could be huge later down the line, though.
And here we go, Fisherman against Fisherman. So
nice Hunter.
Fisherman going to put in a lot of work. Hunter is going to be able to get a lot of damage, but the Rage plus the Vines doesn't do enough. And Sub defends it with the skin of his teeth.
Another Royal Giant the bridge. Pedro pre-placing the Monk in the middle area in order to try to get the RG deflection. We will see it drop now.
And right here.
How does the Monk block the RG? What the heck?
Doesn't get the second shot. The Monk is able to place his hands on top of the
Pedro's
body
so good.
And gets taken off the arena.
And another Monk set up with the Hunter. We're going to see another Royal Giant in soon. Pedro trying to control it with the Fisherman.
Wow.
Oh! The deflection of the Wizard! Deflection of the Wizard from the Monk! And that's splashing on tower.
And right here, Sub, I mean, it wasn't the best start, but so far he has been playing this beautifully. It's just attack, attack, attack. Finally, Pedro has played an RG. It felt like we went 2.5 minutes before he played an RG down.
And Sub's gonna keep up the pressure. Another Evo roll giant. Evo Wizards on the board with the Vines. The Vine, will it prevent the Monk ability from dropping? Wait, he does get off. It is deflecting the Wizard. Royal Giants is on the tower. Oh my god.
That's game.
Fisherman doesn't yank.
That's game.
Fisherman doesn't yank. The RG plus the fireball. Game 1 goes to Sub.
In the crowd is going wild. Sub with an upset going against Pedro's best deck, and he takes the win.
Can we even call it an upset at this point? Should we be
Chat.
saying Sub as the favorite? Do we forget about consistency?
I didn't even
Maybe
know
it's
that.
just the greatest in the world. He's trying to
I
show
didn't
it on this
even know
stage,
that.
and this is a phenomenal start. RG
Bro, who in this chat actually knew that a Monk deflects a RG? I thought a Monk could only deflect something that's actually hitting it.
In the deck right here. So the main difference is here.
Anybody
once
know
again,
that?
Sub has the
How
log,
do all of
better
you
for
guys
scarves,
know?
Better for knocking back RG.
What?
And Rage, you know, it's helpful. The Vines, it's strong, but I cannot believe at the end, the Vines just couldn't stop
Bro,
that Monk ability from
what?
popping. And don't get me started on the Monk deflection splashing on the Wizard and the tower.
Yeah, that was just gorgeous, beautiful activation of the ability. And what are your thoughts on the Vine? Because I just felt like it didn't get
Dude,
enough
I didn't
value.
know
It
that.
felt
That
like
was
he should have
kinda
had the right
cool.
defense. I mean, in that last moment, you know, the Wizard plus the Vines, it should have been able to defend it cleanly. Instead, he was able to run away with it.
Yeah, I think the Vine, you know, it did the best it could. You know, obviously Pedro is trying to save more important spells for later in this best of 5. Sub, I like the strategy though as well, just to use one of the 2 best spells of the game. He goes with the log, he goes with the fireball, he gets a win under his belt, and now he has the momentum.
So we've been talking about it all tournament, the Royal Ghost evolution. It feels like the strongest card in the game right now. And it makes you think, when do you use it in this set? Are you trying to delay and force your opponent to think, okay, this could be the game? Or do you just use it in game 2? I mean, Sub or Pedro, both of them. I want to know what your thoughts are on that.
So my thoughts right now, if I'm Sub, I am going to try to finish this best of 5 as quickly as possible. Since he's used 2 of the main spells now, he wants to get this best of 5 done in 3 games to not give Pedro time to curate enough strength in the remainder of his card pool in order to make that reverse sweep potentially happen.
Okay, so you like the Evo Ghost in game number 2?
Yes, I would say Sub should use the Evo Ghost. If I'm Pedro, you know, that's the mind games. That's the greatness of this game. This game is already started on this stage. We just don't know it yet. And as we hop into this match, I'm gonna say I think Pedro should bring a good counter to the Ghost, like the Valkyrie.
Mortar.
Wow,
Minion
Sub
horde.
already using
I never
the
even
minion
seen that
horde.
in the event.
Mortar on offense for Pedro.
God, I
There's a couple
love
different
best of
options
5.
With a minion horde deck, you can sometimes use the zap to try and get the miners to protect for your minion horde. And then you can also go a little bit slower using the arrows, trying to get... It's probably looking like it's going to be a mortar versus mortar.
Miner is getting cleaned up very nicely by the Berserker.
Dude, I love best
Pedro
of 5,
going
chat.
with one of his comforts, another one of his comforts in the Mortar. Boss Bandit variation. that
Dude,
we saw
Pedro's
Mo
using
kind
the
of
Mo
bring
deck,
this
the Mo
CRL
deck.
mini meta yesterday.
The one that
King
moment.
gonna walk down the lane. Boss Bandit has been one of those cards that's been very surprising. It's just great how valuable it is. And this Mother Witch is gonna put on work on the right. And if the Boss Bandit doesn't take out the Skeleton King, we could be seeing a GG. Instead, the Boss Bandit does take it out. That could have been incredibly dangerous for Pedro, and no dash from the Boss
Yeah, because then he could have ability.
Mortar to the bridge. We have a Mortar mirror matchup. Goblin Gang is
no!
not getting hit by the Ghost
The
right
Royal
away.
Ghost.
And a defensive Mortar from Pedro
Bro,
as
the
well.
Royal Ghost is
so
pump
once again,
faked.
Sub kind of wandering into Pedro's territory since he has a little bit more expertise with these kind of decks.
Yeah, and right there does mess up with the Royal Ghost. He was a little bit delayed, and with the help of the Vines, that's going to take out the Ewiz and get another shot. Skeleton Barrel on 3 Elixir, and the Minion Horde is going to be able to clean that up nicely. Would have liked to see maybe a little bit different tile placement. I felt like he could have protected a few more of those minions.
Gang has to drop down to defend this Minion Horde. And I think the card to watch out here if you're in the crowd, is the Mother Witch. The Mother Witch is going to be huge in this matchup to deal with Skeleton Barrels and the Goblin Gang.
Pedro also
Pedro,
has
on the
a
other
Mother
hand, is
Witch.
gonna
Or
wanna
no,
use that
no.
Boss
No, he
Bandit,
doesn't.
try and protect those units and dash onto that Mother Witch.
Last card for Pedro should be the Fireball, so
Yeah.
it looks like he's just kind of delaying, trying to figure out when he should be using it. But I mean, we've seen the Minion Horde get placed multiple times, Mother Witch as well, and he hasn't used it, so it could be lightning. There's a couple different things that he could be doing with it.
Yeah, there's the Minion Horde. I think it's a great call. Minion Horde's super strong in this
Nice.
matchup.
Good scar me.
And
Wow.
the General Jerry is pushing forward as well. Evo Skeleton Barrel's forced on defense, and the pressure is mounting here for Pedro. Will he be able to defend versus the Skeleton King ability versus the
That's
Evo
a big
Ghost?
push.
Yeah, that E-Wiz putting in a ton of work, cleaning up everything very nicely. The Boss Bandit will help out as well in a defensive mortar, Sub recognizing that he spent a lot of elixir and didn't get a ton of value. And yes, these Minion Hordes are fantastic. And yeah, the Fireball is the card in Pedro's deck. This Skeleton army does defend pretty well, but Pedro does take the lead.
Yes, Pedro taking the damage lead, Skeleton King in the back, filling up the ability from the Lost Souls of the Skeleton army. And I like this placement by Pedro, playing the mortar one tile lower, but Sub knows he can pressure the ops lane because of that.
So going into overtime, both
Chad, this
towers
game is
very
so close, guys.
You know, when you look at the matchup, Pedro does has a slight lead, but who do you think has the advantage?
The advantage here, I mean, it's tough. I would say maybe Pedro, he has a little bit more damage, like basically lock damage with the Fireball. The Electro Wizard kind of acts as a secondary spell as well.
Oh!
These Skeleton Barrels are so difficult
Oh!
to defend, forces out the defensive miner.
Pedro's
Pedro
pressure is so
screams
good.
into the lead. I mean, Sub just doesn't
never
have a small
overextends
stone, so
either.
every time the Skeleton Barrel
He's so
walks out of the
good.
tower, I mean, an Evo Skelly Barrel on the tower means GG, so he has to protect.
Vines dropping, Evo Ghost as well, trying to clear this gang. He wants the mortar connection, but the mortars take out each other, and the Evo Ghost is controlled masterfully.
Good offensive pressure, didn't overextend. Mother Witch to try and get one of these piggies to go on the map, and Minion Horde over the middle, and a defensive Skeleton Barrel gonna clean up everything beautiful. That Minion Horde is just gone.
And this is exactly how Muhammad Light likes to play. He gets the damage lead, and then he continues to use his Evos even on defense. And I think Pedro's taking
Chat,
a lot
Pedro's
of that gameplay
so
from him.
good.
I mean, I love the use of the Evo Skeleton Barrel to deal with the Minion Horde. Will the General oh my goodness, the General Jerry barely gets taken out by the E-Wiz.
And right here, just Scar Me plus Skeleton King Larry's, and right there, Boss Bandit does clean up pretty nicely.
Mother
Mother Witch pressure over the middle, 15 seconds
Wait,
left.
Sub!
This is an all-out.
Sub came back!
If he defends, he wins. If he
No.
does, Sub does.
No way.
Ghost is going towards the tower. Ghoul's on tower.
11.
Mortar's not helping.
He takes the lead.
He takes the lead.
If he
Will
fireballs
Pedro
in
get the
time.
fireball?
If he fireballs in time.
Fireball.
Fireball doesn't get there. Fireball doesn't get there. Sub gets it. Sub gets it. And as you called it out, Sub using the Evo Ghost, trying to scream with a hot start, and that's exactly what happens. 2-0 in this opening best of
Are
five.
you kidding me?
I mean,
Bro, shit like this always happens on the last day. Bro, a fireball's a quarter of a second away from winning him the game.
he has the 2-0 now. Pedro also used.
Oh my
Lock-in
God,
Fireball,
Sub
one
is
of the
so
most key
disgusting.
spells
Sub is
again.
disgusting.
Pedro really kind of on his back foot, and in a tough situation. Unbelievable pressure by Sub in that match in order to get that damage lead back, and I cannot believe that fireball didn't hit in time. Unbelievable stuff.
I mean, Sub just taking deep breaths, trying to center himself. He knows all he has to do is win 1 out of the next 3 games to confirm.
That's one of the best games I've ever watched
$100,000
in my
to put
life.
Himself in a prime position.
Yo, I know Pedro lost, but dude, even just watching him play that game, he played so good. Like, bro, when you have 3 win conditions like that, because he has the Boss Bandit, the Mortar, the Skeleton Barrel, it's so easy to like overextend, but his pressure was so good every time. He never overextended.
I mean, I have nothing else to say. Let's
That
go
was
to this
cra-
replay.
Chat, that was
Fireball drop on
crazy.
the right. Since
Look at the
Pedro
replay.
Didn't have any spells in cycle, and Sub knew that it was moment to attack. He goes for the Mother Witch over the river to deal with that gang. And the Electro Wizard is trying his best with the Vines. And then look at this Evo Ghost. It ignores the Mortar. That was the big mistake there. Trying to pull the Ghost to the middle of the map. But instead, Ghost goes towards that gang. And once again, the Mother Witches continue to spawn. And the Fireball just not quite there in time.
Was that the perfect placement?
That is a good point. The perfect placement, if you're trying to get a spell on your opponent's tower as quickly as possible, is towards the inside, towards the King Tower. I think he played it maybe a little bit further to the left side from his perspective. And maybe with the perfect placement, it would have got there.
Yeah, we could have easily been seeing a 1-1. We don't know, and it doesn't matter because Sub is now
if it's
up
more
2-0,
inner, like if it's more inward,
it
doesn't have to travel as far.
I mean, just what an incredible
I never even thought about
for
that.
Sub, and you know,
Chad, that's
if you
crazy,
are Pedro,
right?
how do you come back? You've lost with 2 of your best decks overall.
I feel
there
bad,
anything
bro.
you recommend?
I feel bad for Pedro because Pedro played so good, dude.
Tough question, because you're right. He went with his comfort. He lost, fair and square. Like that last matchup, I would say was pretty tough for Sub. But I think
Chad,
if I'm Pedro, what I need
Pedro
to do
used the Royal Ghost
is
yet or no?
really kind of think through all of the practice matches you've gone and done versus
Has
Sub.
he?
Try to understand that pattern, and you gotta
He used
try
Royal
and
Giant
almost
with
snipe
Wizard.
into a really good matchup and get yourself into this best of 5.
Yeah, I love that answer because
No? He needs to
when
use
you
it now
are
and get a
faced with
win.
a deficit like this, you need a free win. You need something
He
where it's
needs
like,
to,
I
he
don't
needs
have
to.
to outplay my opponent 3 times
All right,
in
thank
a
you,
row.
chat.
Clearly, he's playing well. Clearly, it might not happen. Sometimes you
Bro,
need
I
to
don't know
snipe,
about
you need
this.
to go all out. You need to run
What
one
if
of those
Pedro came back?
6 spells because you're predicting Expo.
I feel like he
Something
could, bro. He's so
needs to
good.
happen for him. And
Sub
I love
is
that idea.
so
I
good
think
too,
going for
though.
a snipe has to be it.
On the other
I'm
hand,
telling you, bro,
Josh,
Brazil is top
if
1
you're in Sub's position,
in like almost every game.
what kind
bro.
of deck are you thinking about running? What kind of strategy are you looking for in order to end this best of 5 as quick as possible to not give a Pedro a chance to get back into it?
Yeah, we are going to be seeing that right now.
All right, let's go. Pedro,
Game
use the
3,
ghost. Use
an
the ghost.
opportunity for Sub to get a full-out 3-game sweep. Yeah, if I am Sub's, well, actually, not if I'm his coach, because his coach can't actually help out right now. But if I'm Sub, I'm probably sticking to something that I've used so far in this weekend. But I don't
Bridge
know if
spam,
he's used
chat.
Dark Prince. Dark Prince, not very common. And Ewiz plus Dark Prince, we could be looking at P.E.K.K.A.
Yeah, Sub, a great bridge fan player. I like this. I like this idea, just to go to your comfort.
Dude,
play
I
your
love
best
best of
game.
5, chat. I
Pedro, on the
love
other
it.
hand, does kind of do what I was expecting, right? He understood what Sub likes to play, and he's brought a really nice matchup, having delivery, the Evil Ice Spirit, and even a tank in the Skeleton King in order to try and really get him into this best of 5.
Very clean defense from Pedro. Offensive rage to help out the Bandit. Not going to do anything. And Pedro off to a strong start in this game.
Chad, what do y'all think Pedro's using? I actually
On the
don't
other
know.
hand, Sub has cycled his Evo Battle Ram twice now, so he will have Evo in cycle soon. Pedro preemptively dropping the snowball, understanding the arrows are most likely
I
dropping
actually
down.
don't know.
Yeah, it's so crazy how even in a best of 5 when the decks are changing in ways that we've never seen before,
Drill,
these
maybe?
2 players can just predict what's going to be happening.
Or maybe
He should have
Mortar?
been able to predict that arrows were going to come down, and yet he did
No.
it very easily.
Drill?
Bend at the back. Last card from
I'm
Sub,
wrong, I
most
don't know.
likely Evo P.E.K.K.A. Pedro setting up on defense with the Skeleton King. Josh, talk to me here. What are you thinking Pedro's last couple cards could be and how that could influence
It's got to
the
be like
rest of this
Skeleton
game?
Barrel or
Yeah,
something.
I really want to hope that it's not going to be Graveyard. I'm not a big fan of Graveyard in this meta. Skeleton King does.
See?
get
What did I
activated,
say?
and Defensive
Bro, but he
Barrel's
doesn't
right
even
there
have a
to protect
tank.
He was, but I do not want to see.
I knew it
Okay,
was
perfect.
Drill.
I really like
Chat,
that
I have
idea.
ball
We're
knowledge,
gonna be
bro.
seeing
Come
Drill.
on.
We're probably
Oh!
going to be seeing Rocket. A lot of players are joining those 2 cards together.
Chat, what
especially
did I
because we
say?
haven't seen him use that last card just yet.
Ice Wiz trying to slow everything down, Skeleton King tanking, and there's the P.E.K.K.A. from Sub. He wants to get both of his Evos in tandem together in order
I
to break
actually
this,
don't know who
this
has
lockdown
matchup here.
defense from Pedro.
I think it's Pedro.
Right here, I'm trying to figure out.
I think Pedro has
This might be the
matchup.
first Evo P.E.K.K.A. that we've seen. We've seen a couple P.E.K.K.A. decks, but they tend to try
Because
and
Sub
use it with the
P.E.K.K.A.s
Battle
just get
Rams
shut
or,
down by the Goblin Hut
the Royal
and the
Ghosts.
Skeleton
It's
King
gonna be
ability.
interesting to see how strong this Evo P.E.K.K.A. and how much value.
Ability.
Evo Pekka is on the board.
Yeah.
Skeleton ability, forcing the defense. Ice Wiz splashing everything. And Pedro, you can really just tell by his gameplay. His plan is to have a perfect defense this entire match and send one rocket at the very end in order to win.
Yeah, he figured out what he needs to do. Dark
Bro, I love when
Bandit,
Juicy
opposite
commentates
lane.
because
We should
Juicy
see
understands the
another
game
set
at
of
like a
arrows
high
come
level.
down shortly, maybe plus the range.
But yeah, that's
There it
definitely
is.
what Pedro's
He
thinking.
takes out the Evo Ice Spirit. The P.E.K.K.A is now needing a lot more attention, and the Evo Battle
He has
on the
one
board as
elixir.
well.
He doesn't have enough. The minions are going to come down at the bridge. He's going to be able to defend that, but the minions are going to get a ton of value, even with the Ice Spirit jumping. Should be getting 4 swings. There's
How
2,
did he
there's
defend?
3, and no 4th. So Pedro going to be defending that as best he could, but that E was taking out that Ice Spirit. That is a game changer.
Yeah, that one elixir card can provide so much value defensively, and we do see Pedro coming out with a rocket. He knows that just defending and dropping one
Nice
rocket will no longer be enough. But now he's in elixir deficit. Will he be able to defend another onslaught from Sub?
And right here, Sub gonna go in the right lane.
Nice
The Dark
arrows.
Prince
Oh my
plus the rage,
God.
plus the Battle Ram.
The Battle Ram.
Coming down the lane. Battle Ram will get caught up by the Skeleton from the Skeleton King, and a clean defense from Pedro. He was able to get away with a rocket.
I would much rather
and
be
just an
Pedro
easy
in this
defense.
scenario because he doesn't have any
Another
pressure
rocket
to get
dropping
damage.
Down, tries to hit the bandit.
Sub
doesn't
has
get it.
pressure to get damage.
And once again, going to be down 6 elixir. Can he make this defense happen on the biggest
Being
of
down
stages?
doesn't even matter in triple.
The minions forcing the Spirit Goblins to do the right side, allowing the Bandit to take out the Goblin Hut. And here we go. Defensive Evo Ice Spirit right lane should be cleaned up real nicely. The Bandit on offense, and there are just so many troops. It's hard to it's hard to pick out what's even happening.
And Evil Batterim is placed at the bridge. Does he have the snowball and cycle? He does drop it down. 2 Ice Wizards, a rage from Sub to try to break through, but the delivery drops into everything. And with 10 seconds left,
Chat, what did I say, bro?
One more rocket off. Sub's pressure was not quite enough.
2 seconds, 1 second, and that is tower.
Chat, what did I say, dude? I'm telling you, bro. In triple elixir, being down elixir does not matter. If you're the guy with the rocket, you win 9 times out of 10.
To have an easy matchup, and that's exactly what he did. He's able to get his confidence back. I played that mostly perfect.
Pedro is
it was really just one
disgusting,
mistake.
bro.
He was able
Like,
to
he's
recover.
so good.
He learned pretty quickly.
So is
hey,
Sub, though.
I have to play my route.
They're, like,
I
so
have to be a
even
little bit
matched.
aggressive. Yeah, I really like the awareness in that situation.
And then there's
a great
Mo,
game
who's
number
just
3
like,
Man, we're doing a pretty good job of predicting kind of
A
the
le- a
play
level
styles here.
above, bro.
I really like that Sub went to comfort, but Pedro, knowing his practice partner
Chat, Mo
well
plays
enough,
the,
brings a super
if you're just
controlling
joining
deck.
the stream,
The Evil
Mo
Ice
plays the
mistake
loser of
almost
this
cost
best of
Pedro,
5.
But with the perfect defense, he was able to make it happen. And as we continue on to the deck here, I just want to note that the win
See-
condition from Pedro is
By the way, I love when Juicy commentates because Juicy's like actually a top player, so it's so fun to listen to his like commentating. Because when Juicy said that, it was the first time I thought about that. He was like, "Oh yeah, Pedro's just gonna sit back and defend and then rocket at the end of the game," which is exactly what he did. But this is why I love best of 5 because now they're going into deck 4, so like their bag just keeps getting deeper and deeper. Like you actually see players use cards that are like off meta because they have to. It's like I love it. I literally love it.
something that we're going to see a lot of, seeing some of these cards that don't get as much value because of the best of 5 duels. We've gone through 3 decks now, which means 3 win conditions and almost 6 spells for both
Hey, chat,
players.
does Clash stream on Twitch or just YouTube?
Available for the rest of the best of 5. So as we continue on, we're gonna
I'ma check.
have to see
Just
these players
YouTube, right?
continue to get more and more creative with the cards they're picking.
Yeah, absolutely. The champions are going to be changing. We should be seeing new champs and the Evos as well. So just so
Oh, no, they do,
much
they do.
that we just never get to see. The best of 5 format in this, it just creates something new, something fresh. It really is a joy to watch.
Yeah, as we're thinking about what
Dude.
decks could be played next, we've seen a lot of drill, we've seen minor mortar, we've seen RG. I think Electro Giant is available for both players, Graveyard potentially as well.
This
But
song
once
is a
again,
vibe.
The spells are one of the most important things here, Josh, because some win conditions cannot be played without certain spells and supplementing their power.
More ball knowledge being dropped from Juicy. Most decks in Clash Royale are dependent on a spell. So, like, you only have X amount of spells that are actually viable. For example, like Snowball, Evo Snow is only ever going to be used with, like, Drill, for example. So you're going to see a lot of Drill in the BO5s because Drill is a win condition that stands alone with Snowball. So a pro can basically say, like, I'm going to assign my Evo Snow to my Drill. I'm going to assign my Poison to my Minor Wall Breakers deck. Because the last thing you want to do is run a bunch of decks that need Poison. Like, for example, Valkyrie Graveyard and then, like, Minor Poison. And then it's like, oh, well, shit, I can't use Poison anymore.
I think that Sub finishes it out
Juicy
here.
has hella ball
Pedro
knowledge,
is going
bro.
to give himself a chance.
He's the best caster.
Who did I even say at the beginning of the day?
You said Pedro.
I said Pedro. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think I have to change my mind. I think Game 4 Sub gets it done.
Bro, this song is a
That
vibe.
makes sense. You know, his gameplay versus Mo yesterday was insane. On the other hand, you know,
I
Pedro,
also
did his
think they
interview,
should give them
he said
more
that
time to
it
build
means
decks.
everything
'Cause
to
it's
him,
BO5.
not only to be the best in the world, but to be the best from Brazil, from his country. And this is the match that decides maybe both of those aspects.
Yeah, I mean, so much on the line. Can Pedro set himself up, try and get a best of 5 reverse sweep?
Tell me this song isn't a vibe. Come on. Tell me this song isn't a vibe.
Crowd is excited.
Good luck.
The Skeletons cycling, trying to figure out, and he goes to one of his bread and butter decks, bringing some Minor. No Rocket available for him though, so most likely gonna be Minor Poison.
Who did the 6-7 emo?
Royal Ghost for Pedro, and as soon as you see the Royal Ghost, the matchup instantly becomes 60-40 for the player with it. So he
Yeah.
must be feeling good that he was able to survive this long and still have it available to him.
Wow,
Evo
Pedro
Wall
saved a
Breakers
really good deck.
versus Evo Royal Ghost and
Graveyard!
here it is, Sub getting very aggressive.
Oh,
with the
that was a
graveyard.
terrible
We see him
graveyard.
shake his head. This is why I don't like Graveyard in this meta. There's too many small cards.
Chat, that was a
many
bad
easy
graveyard.
defenses.
And
He
there's a big
forgot
counter
Pedro
push
had
as well.
minions.
Minor minions on the right, Ghost on the left, trying to clean everything up. Goblin
See,
Hut
chat, look.
does drop. Will the wall breakers connect with the minions cleaning up this hut?
And
Wait, I lagged. Is it
one of them is
connected or
able to
what?
make it to the tower. It could have been a lot worse. I actually really loved Sub's timing with the Goblin Hut, trying to protect himself from
Sub's
the
so
minions
good,
swimming
bro.
away at the Spear Goblins, and he was able to take it out, but not before Pedro gets his tower down to 23-18.
And once again, we are in a situation where Pedro has predicted his practice partner and got himself into a really good matchup. He has Poison and minions for Graveyard. He also has really
Yeah, chat.
solid.
As someone who's played this matchup, Sub is absolutely fucked, bro. Like, literally fucked. He's not winning this.
Yeah, so Sub,
Especially
recognizing
against a
that
pro.
The only
He's
way
not
you can
winning.
win, I mean, it has to be just with good Evo Wish gameplay. At this point, you know your opponent has the minions, the poison, the bar barrel, the cannon. I mean, he has every
This is
answer
unwinnable,
available
bro.
to him, and so you need to be getting Evo
The
Witch
only
value
way
if
Sub
you're gonna
can win
somehow
is if
come
he
away
gets
with
a
victory.
crazy Evo
Another
Witch.
thing in this matchup, which is
But
so
Pedro's
important,
a
you need
pro,
enough
and he knows that.
elixir
He's
to
not
go
gonna
poison
allow him to get a
with
crazy
your
witch.
Graveyard. On his own, it's just not enough. You
Sub
see the
needs to,
minions
like,
and skeletons just
overprotect
countering
his
everything
Graveyard,
for
or
very
his
cheap,
witch, his
plus
witch.
counter push every
Graveyard's
time.
not going to
Yeah,
do
and
any
the
damage
cannon
this game.
on 1% health is still going to get one shot on top of
I'd
the
say this
Ice
matchup
Wizard,
is like a
and
70-30
here we go.
for
Pedro
Pedro.
going to cycle cannons in the middle, recognizing that he can't
Boys, we might go to
overextend,
game
but
5.
he can also just start playing troops. It should be easy defense again and again.
See, because look at the poison, Chad. Look at the poison.
Managing the witch,
That's why the
while
matchup
also
is
pulling
so
the knight back to
cooked.
the Graveyard.
Look at the
And
poison.
on the right-hand side, we see the Evo Breakers. Goblin Knight does defend.
Wait, the Knight!
does get on tower. Sub is trying to come back and make this
Coming
upset
back.
in this matchup happen.
10 seconds left before we hit
I
OT.
mean, Sub's way better than me.
And right here, Pedro has a pretty big advantage. We could see a late Goblinet. No, we're going to instead elect to go Ice Wiz plus Bar Barrel. A lot of cards, but you can't really use the poison on top of the troops, so it's okay to bunch. It's not great, but it is okay.
Evo goes Bar Barrel. Sub knows what's in cycle, decides not to go in for that Graveyard, just baiting out the Evo Ghost instead. Big counter push from Pedro, but the Witch plus Ice Wiz cleans up. But the Minor, Josh, it's always chipping away.
Yeah, these minor placements have been beautiful, trying to protect the 1% minions and the wall breakers, just everything going Pedro's way. These minions are so aggressive, and we see a nice Goblin Hut trying to be able to protect the Knight and take out those bridge minions from Pedro.
Minor once again coming in, does get some chip. Ice was not down in time. And if you're Sub now, like, you have to start thinking not only about perfect defense, but you need to attack. So he's going in for the Graveyard, but the Evo breakers are perfectly timed in order to basically apply pressure. But the Evo Witch protection, sorry, I gotta stop.
Yeah, the Evo Witch protection is a fantastic. Cannon high, trying to take
Sub
out the
kept
Witch.
it alive.
They want to target the Skellies
The Witch!
instead, though. And that's going to be a defensive.
She's still alive!
For Pedro, and it's going to clean up everything
My
relatively
goodness.
nicely.
She's still alive!
This bridge battle is being won by
She's
Sub.
still alive!
It's over. Only 6 elixir. Pedro, in a world of hurt, we finally see the offensive poison. The poison get played. And again, another defensive ghost.
Skeletons.
Skellies line up beautifully. All 3 on the inside of the tower. And all of a sudden, Sub is going to storm into the lead.
Pedro's trying to come back, but the Knight picks up. Will the wall breakers be able to connect? No, Barbarian Barrel in cycle. And with 20 seconds left, we see yet another Graveyard Poison from Sub.
Now it's just RNG. Can you have the Skellies hit the tower? We see one Skelly get on the tower, and that's going to be it. 1399, able to protect, not give up any damage. We see the offensive Graveyard. The Miner gets caught.
The Miner gets caught again. The poison is tipping. The skeleton hits at the end. And Sub wins the Battle of Brazil.
How did he do that? He was down so much. The Evil Witch protected again.
Dude, it was the one witch. Oh my god. Pedro is, don't get me wrong, Pedro is 85,000 times better than me. But the only reason why he lost was because he attacked the witch when she was too high up off on the bridge.
I just have to say, my goodness,
Oh
you
my
called it, Josh.
God.
There's one way that Sub wins this match. It's the Evo Witch protection. He played that Witch on the left-hand lane, continued to protect.
Was that Mo's mom?
And won the bridge
Chat, was that
battle
Mo's
game
mom?
after game. Now, I want to hear.
Bro, who's doing that emote?
Sub, you've just guaranteed yourself
Chat, was that Mo's
$100,000
mom?
and at least number 2
Yes.
in the world.
W,
How
mom.
do you feel right now?
Sabe, você acabou de garantir no mínimo $100 mil em segundo lugar no Mundial. Como que você se sente agora?
Feliz, me sentindo como se tivesse ganhado $100 mil em um Mundial, realizando um sonho. Mas não é pelo dinheiro, é pela conquista, então é mais pela vitória mesmo.
It's not for the money, it's for the achievement. It's
Yes.
for my life, so I'm so glad right now.
W
All
passion.
right, talk to me about picking 5 different decks here against your best friend, your practice partner, without a coach. What was the thought process there?
Me conta pouco do pensamento de como foi você escolher 5 decks contra o seu melhor amigo e sem coach.
É difícil, mas a gente acaba trabalhando o ano inteiro com um coach, então a gente começa a ter uma noção boa de como escolher os seus próprios decks. Então, em um MD5 é muito difícil, eu considero, mas eu acho que eu fiz uma boa escolha.
Play with a coach along the year makes me understand how to make the best choices, and it's a MD5. It's a tough decision, but I just pick the best of them.
Let's hear it one more time for Sub!
Wow. Because, chat, I'm not going to lie. I don't know the leaderboard for, like, points in the qualifiers, but I'm pretty sure Sub was second place out of every player. Like, in qualifiers this year, I think Mo finished first and Sub was second. So he, like, bro, he's primed the fuck out right now. He is primed out.
Honestly, you really want to break down
So, chat,
this last
now
matchup
this is what this
one
means.
more time.
Mo needs to beat Pedro in a BO5. Then, 10 minutes after that, he needs to beat Sub in back-to-back BO5s. So for Mo to be the 3-time world champion, he needs to win 3 consecutive BO5s, and I've never felt more confident in my life.
Pedro's names, we're singing his praises, we're saying, oh, it's getting to a game 5. Sub had to play that absolutely perfectly, setting himself up with the Evo
Let's
Witch,
see what
trying
Mo
to get
can
multiple
do,
witches
chat.
on the board, trying
This
to get
is
the graveyard
GOAT
down,
shit, bro.
where it gets weird. because
Also,
usually
Pedro and
you
Sub
want
are like
the tank for the graveyard.
unironically,
The
like,
graveyard has now
both top
evolved.
3 in the
Sometimes you're going
world.
the
So
graveyard
it's actually
first
crazy
to
that
tank
this
for
is
those Evo
the
witches, and we saw
the top
in those
3
bridge
players are the
battles,
3
that
best
should
players.
be
Like,
winning.
that's
The
kind of
graveyard,
insane.
Skellies getting taken out allowed him to take out the Royal Ghost, even when it was in the evolution form. And it was just brilliant. There were so many different things that he was able to see in that match.
Yeah, and that's how he broke through in the offense. But once
All right,
again,
I'm gonna go pee. They'll show the replay in a sec.
later and see how many times Sub was able to catch the Miner before it hits the tower with not only the Knight, the Berserker, but also the Barbarian Barrel.
Yeah, let's take a look at this bracket. Cal Sub standing alone, knowing that he is going to be waiting the 2 players, Pedro TM and Muhammad Light. We're definitely going to give Pedro, a fair bit of time. We want to make sure that he's ready and able to perform against Muhammad Light at his best. But man, Sub, what a run he has had. He started off the day 1 going 2-0. Day 2, he went, I believe it was 2-set victories. I mean, he hasn't really even played that many games. I want to see more of Sub. Well, actually, we're going to. I can wait a couple, 30, 45 minutes. I'll allow it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so we talk about, this match, but for the upcoming one, we have Pedro versus Mo. This is really tough. I talked to a lot of different players about, who might win today. We saw the community predictions earlier. I think this is kind of what everyone envisioned, right? Someone is going to be sent down to Mo, and now you have to play against the best in the world when you're coming off a loss. Yeah, it's going to be so difficult to do. Muhammad Light just, when you're having to wait, and I mean, Muhammad Light just has to be feeling good. It feels like Pedro isn't really feeling himself anymore, because a 3-1 against Sub, it's got to do something to your mental. I know, and Mo is just ready, and it's just very easy for Mo to take momentum as well, and he's done the lower bracket run before. The other thing to really think about, though, is, Pedro, he has what it takes. He's gotten second in the world finals before. He wants to be the best, and I'm sure coming off a loss from his friend, from his fellow practice partner, he wants to beat Mo, and he wants to have another chance to go against Sub. Yeah, it should be an exciting matchup for sure. That was a great way to start the day. I know we didn't get all 5 games and stuff, but I'll take.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
Definitely want to give him a little bit of time, though.
Okay, the only thing I'm disappointed about is we haven't seen Void yet. I'm waiting. Okay. I'm waiting
for
Void Game 5.
You're not gonna see Void, bro.
There's so many spells in the game now with the addition of Void, Vines, and all of the reworks as well. But it was just so cool to see that Game 5 really pop off with some really interesting and creative decks.
Yeah, I was going to say that I wanted to see Heal Spirit, but we actually did.
I'm feeling a little
so
zesty
I don't have
today.
to wait for that anymore. Few minutes away from
Start
our
a
upcoming
family
set, and yeah, we're just trying to set the stage for it in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be great. I'm sure we're going to have some highlights for you guys soon. Actually, now.
I don't know. I'm feeling like a Zest Fest, bro.
And wow, CRL World Finals 2025 has been a blast so far.
Replay. Well, now Pedro has to play Mo. Are we dead fucking serious? No. You got a custom fucking shirt? Chat, are we dead fucking serious? I didn't even see that the first time around. Yo, all right. Dude, I didn't even know, bro. Are you kidding me, chat? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Dude, they had crazy games. Chat sub is so.
My favorite emote is the little prince pointing one. Just like this.
Eu acho que é o do reizinho chorando. É meu emote favorito.
El duende riéndose. Y sería algo como.
Yeah, that was good.
一番の好きなエモートはこれです。I don't have gold emote.
I usually go for good luck. That is a text one. And then I like to do a princess thumbs up, so it's sort of like, yeah.
My favorite emote is 헤헤헤하.
제가 가장 좋아하는 이모티콘은 최근에 출시한 6-7 이모티콘이고요. 6-7.
Nah, alright. Are we dead ass?
Meu emote favorito eu acho que o da CRL, que é o do dedinho assim, ó.
My go-to emote, it's the exit chef.
Mwah.
Okay, so my go-to emote, I mean, I love the Goblin thumbs down emote from the Goblin Queen's Journey, and it's like, so yeah, that's definitely mine.
All right, I am
Our
30.
next two competitors
I am 30
have
though.
come so far, and they don't want the journey
It's
to
time
end
for
now.
Muhammad Light to become
First
a 3-time
up,
world champ.
He goes out of the frying pan and into the Pharaoh. Welcome back, Pedro!
Bring out the GOAT, bro. Bring out the GOAT.
And his opponent
Here we go.
is no stranger to the lower bracket. Some might say this is where he belongs. Mohamed Light!
Holy aura. Holy swagger. Holy swag. That's the greatest of all time, chat. If he wins today, 3-time world champ, bro.
He made a lower bracket run in 2022 when he won his first championship. Can he do it again to win his third?
Only me and Mugi have 2 championships, and if I were to win this one, I would have the most in history.
And Pedro comes out and does it the easy way. 2 games up, 2 games down.
Depois de 2024 eu ter sido eliminado em 5º lugar. Que eu joguei, eu fiquei em 2º lugar, então acho que falta um campeão mundial pra mim.
I'm confident in my abilities to be able to beat him.
Tome cuidado porque esse ano eu estou no nível máximo.
May the better player win.
Ooh. Yeah, I felt that, like...
And a rematch from Stats
I
Royale
felt
here
that.
between Pedro and Mohamed Light. And it was actually Pedro that came out
I'm
on top
so
and ended up winning
fucking
that
fired
golden
up right
ticket.
now, like...
My, how things have changed since then, though. AC coming off of a best of 5, beaten by his best friend, going... And that was just so good from Rich. Out of the frying pan, into the Pharaoh. I love that. And I got to imagine Pedro right now is having to do a lot of resetting while Mo Light is sitting there thinking, I can make this lower bracket dream happen again.
Did you see my notes? I give it a 9.8 out of 10. that was probably the best one that I've heard from Rich in my entire life. Absolutely brilliant, and I'm so excited for this set overall. Pedro versus Muhammad Light, just how you drew it up when you were trying to make those brackets on day 1. How do I want to see this end up? I want to see Pedro, I want to see Muhammad Light, and we're finally getting it.
Absolutely, and Pedro obviously no stranger to being in the top 3, top 2 a couple years ago. Last year, maybe not as successful.
All right,
now,
chat,
as you
let's
guys
do
can
this
see
shit.
This journey that they have gone on along the way. Right there, 2021, number 2 for Mo. A lot of championships in there as well, 2022 and 2024. You can see they're winning the golden ticket in the Kalalis Cup. On the bottom of your screen, you can see Pedro back in 2023. Wow. This is a great graphic, by the way. Let's just shout out here. This is a great graphic. And then, of course, 5th, 6th in 2024 gets the golden ticket from Stats Royale, like we were just talking about. As you guys can see, Muhammad Light gets 4th place there, not able to make it to the championship there, but doesn't matter, we're still here with him. AC, other than just talking about numbers and decks like we're gonna do for the next couple hours, I wanna talk to you about resetting on the big stage when you've come off of a loss. Obviously, you were very familiar in the Teams Edition. Sometimes things start off well in the day, sometimes they don't. What's the best way to reset after a moment like that with a crowd like this, the response? You know, how do you temper the nerves? How do you reset as a former pro?
Yeah, I think what you do is you allow yourself to explode. You say, okay, everything went wrong. I didn't do well enough. I did this poorly. I didn't choose the right decks. I'm done, all right? This didn't happen. It's whatever. I'm on to the next one. If you don't let your emotions out, you're gonna do it on stage. You're gonna think too hard. You're not gonna think as
I get what he's saying, but I mean, that could have been worded a lot better.
This weekend. So you just need to allow yourself to just completely be okay and start from 0.
Pedro is a little bit more of a slow-paced player than maybe someone like Sandbox. We saw Sandbox yesterday feeling that he was getting an edge over the Pharaoh and maybe going to take the game, getting ahead of himself. I imagine that's something Pedro's really
I thought he was
going to
say something. I thought he was going to say completely
calm,
explode.
Cool, collected as this game and match goes on. You know, just because Mo's down doesn't mean he's out. We saw him come back twice yesterday in that elimination match. And predictions, I was just going to say, AC, no surprise here from the audience at home.
86%.
86% and just 14% for Pedro. AC, where did you go in this matchup?
Yeah, we don't even, okay, yes, we can have the graphic, I guess. Yes, I did choose Muhammad
They made
Light.
that. You got to let them show it.
That's true, and you guys are doing great. Yep, again. And who did you choose?
I also went Mo Light. I believe the rest of our team also goes Mo Light. It's just one of those.
Chat, I normally won't show y'all stuff like this. My dad just texted me. This is what my dad texted me. On the verge of exploding in my pants. That's my dad, guys. Dad, are you in the stream? 'Cause he said it like 30. Chat, like, what in the hell?
Big breakfast today after his conversation on stage. Feeling well.
I'm not responding to that, Dad. I'm not.
Ready to go. This is the lower bracket final of the CRL 2025 World Finals.
I'm not
One player
responding
will
to
go
that.
home with $50,000. The other one guaranteed a minimum of $100,000.
Dude.
And of course, second place. No one wants third. No one wants second. Everyone wants the crown. Who will it be? We're about to find out. 3 players remain, 2 though, with only 1 life to give. Lower bracket finals starts now.
Oh my God, let's go. Lock in, lock the fuck in, lock the fuck in. Best of 5, boys.
Fire Spirit from Muhammad Light. And a Fisherman in response from Pedro.
Royal
After
Giant
one
versus
Fisherman,
Hog Rider.
We automatically have to assume it's going to be a Royal
Ooh,
Giant.
Mo might have
Light
Mighty Miner with guards, maybe.
Firecracker as well, and you got to think Hog, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, you got to think Hog, and you got
Mo
to think
might
one of
have
the best
Mighty
of
Miner
5
and
seen the
guards.
Fire Spirit coupled with the Firecracker and Hog Rider. Usually the last choice on the list. Well, Hero Spirit's probably the last choice on the list. Usually goes E-Spirit these days, then Ice Spirit, then Fire, then Heal. So Mo Light already thinking about Game 5. Should he potentially have to get there against Pedro?
And Pedro could be repeating what he used in game number 1, going in
Nice,
with
Mo.
another RG Monk Wizard deck. Even if it didn't work out in his first set, he clearly thinks that he's onto something with this deck. And
Chat, I
you know,
literally
love the
called that he would
confidence.
have
If you're
Mighty
gonna
Miner
win,
and
you need
guards.
confidence, and this is how you do it.
Bro, Mo has a good matchup,
Stopping
guys.
that Mighty Miner as this game goes on. He's got the guards, he's got the E-Spirit, he's got the Fish Boy. Great ways to get on top of it. And of course, doesn't have to worry about the reflection from the Monk like he did in game 1 of his previous set, which basically stole it from him. Friendly fire, if you will.
Both players waiting to hit 10 Elixir. Pedro again electing to leak. It's really interesting to see how he's playing a lot of these matches, allowing himself to leak when other players wouldn't.
Mo Light even leaking a couple Elixir there, then decides to cycle the Earthquake. And a Monk meets a Cannon.
Ooh, good pressure.
As Hog plus guards goes opposite lane. Fishboy gonna try to pull, activate King. Guards up high to pull the guards and distract. Get a King Tower activation, but something needs to be done about that Firecracker and guards.
Guards!
We always say,
Yes,
King
Mo.
Tower activated,
Yes,
but
Mo.
at what cost?
Yes, Mo.
And this is a massive spend.
Good pressure. Look
Just so smart, so
Good
aware.
pressure.
As soon as the Monk goes down, there's a reason why Pedro was leaking so much Elixir. He knew that he couldn't afford to go in, and he didn't even wait till double. If you're going to wait that long, you have to continue to wait. Right here, though, this counter push can be a little bit deadly. Fisherman going to yank onto the left side.
One
RG
more. Does it get one more? And
gets
it's
that
done.
last shot.
18-24, 10-33. Usually you don't want to go in the same lane with Hog Rider, but when you've got that much damage done, AC, is there really an option to switch? And Mo decides not to with this Earthquake.
Yeah, it's a little bit interesting to cycle the Wizard back there. You knew that your opponent wanted to take the shield off, wanted to cycle the Earthquake. I don't know what I would have preferred, maybe to place it high, but he doesn't do that. And now the Mighty Miner plus Firecracker plus Cannon, that's going to be an easy defense for
Good
him.
defense. Wait, the mighty ability.
Cycle Cannon down, Fishboy up high, so not able to pull this Hog. Nothing there for the Hog. Mighty Miner stays alive.
On.
That should be
Yes.
power down.
Yes!
That is
Yes,
down.
Mo! Yes!
Takes game
Yes, Mo! Yes!
And now Pedro
Let's fucking go!
Pressure. You can see it on his face.
Ah!
You drop one game.
Let's go!
Previous set, you feel okay.
W's.
You lose the set.
Let's
start
go.
The next one back to back and drop the first game. He's got to be feeling the frustration of not being able
Chat,
to
W's,
win.
W's.
Yeah, having to go 2 sets in a row. We saw it yesterday with Sandbox. It is so
W's,
difficult to go back to back. None of these players have been able to figure out a way to reset the mind completely. And you need to figure something out when you're going against Muhammad Light and his coach. That was such a great opening set, and I just loved how he played it. That aggressive hog, when the monk was cycled, it's so aware. He knows what his opponent was running and how to get past it. And even right there, it feels like Pedro should always have the fisherman in cycle, always have the monk, always have the guards, but he just doesn't. Muhammad Light knows when you've spent just one half elixir too much. And
I think I figured out why the staff is there. It's to make sure that you don't repeat cards. I think that's why they're there.
Knows that the RG is going to come down, coming across the bridge, gets the second cannon down just in time, gets the second Mighty Miner down just in time, which is, of course, going to keep the fisherman on the board. You want that fisherman to pull the Mighty Miner away? Well, guess what? Now it can't pull the hog away. Hog goes down the lane, and a beautiful surgical attack by the Pharaoh himself to take game number 1 here, AC.
Yeah, and I loved your call out with the Fire Spirit instead of the E Spirit or the Ice Spirit. It's just so clear that they've practiced so many different variations. Okay, we can actually get away with Fire Spirit in this deck instead of the E Spirit because we have the Bar Barrel, we have the Mighty Miner, we can push things back, so we don't need that reset that you often would usually need in those hog decks. So I just love the decksmanship overall, and you know, Mo has to be feeling great. Didn't even need overtime right there.
Yeah, and just beautiful replays there pulled by the booth as well. You talk about the very first kind of uppercut that landed on Pedro. Does get the King Tower activation.
Let's fucking go, Mo.
Let's
fucking go.
Tower activation goes hyper aggressive. Firecracker comes in late. So much damage on tower. Monk not in range.
I'm gonna
distracted.
I'm gonna check y'all's prediction. All right, I'm gonna check. 81% on Mo. Valid. Get him some chapstick? Me? Is there a hand on your penis right now? You naughty boy. I'm sorry. Chat, I need chapstick though. Ew.
And that is a card we have not seen
Game
yet
2.
this weekend, I believe, the Demolisher, and that is why we love the best of 5 format. There's a lot of cards in this game, AC.
Ooh,
so
Goblin Drill.
But luckily we have our hero Muhammad Light to fix that problem. Pedro on the other side going to be running what we're used to so far this tournament. Ice Spirit, Skellies, Miner, going to his bread and butter, a Miner cycle deck.
You see right there, E-Spirit now used here in game number 2 by Mo Light.
And just like a lot of Goblin Demolisher decks, he is going to be running Drill Ghost. I believe gets a shot on top of the tower and the opposing Ghost, and then gets the tower down to 2765. Demolisher not able to explode on the Ghost, so a healthy Ghost going to need to defend.
A little Ice Spirit there. And
This
Mo
guy uses
shaking
the
his
word
head.
explode a lot.
Pedro up by about 1. Berserker not going to be a threat. 27-65 to 2 untouched towers by Mo Light, who's had the only game without taking damage all weekend, I believe.
It's going to be incredibly difficult to do that against Miner, so if he does that again, I got $1 for him.
Big spender AC.
I mean, they're making a lot of money. So.
Already guaranteed $50,000.
Offensive Poison going to be able to take out the Goblin Hut, and Pedro's offensive push going to force out the Evo Snowball on defense. So always a good push when you can get that Evo Snowball forced out on defense.
This feels like a must-win game for Pedro in terms of confidence, in terms of running his comfort deck, being able to have a relatively good matchup. I can't imagine he takes another loss here and then is able to bounce back and reverse sweep. So let's see if Pedro can even things up here as we take into 1 minute left in regulation.
Another high Goblin Hut. We're seeing a lot of these players realize quickly on that you need to be doing that. You need to be applying pressure. And right here, it's just Evo Ghost Battle Royale. And there, the Goblin Demolisher does make it to the tower, and we're gonna see if the Demolisher takes it out in time. And we're seeing why Mohamed Light loves this card. Yes, he hasn't played at this tournament, but he does use it quite often, and he's just so skilled with it.
I believe Riley was running a deck with Magic Archer and Goblin Demolisher. He made a video about it a couple months back, talking about how Goblin Demolisher is still very, very strong. No one's really been using it at all this weekend, and definitely putting in some work right now.
And right there, one of the Evo Skellies staying alive, but the Demolisher going to explode on top of everything and take out
this
all
guy
the
keeps
troops.
saying explode.
Evo Ghost over the middle, and it will not splash on top of the towers until it gets frozen. I believe it splashed on top of the Ghost.
Drill goes into the right here, 2071 to 2418. Evo Snowball comes down, late bar barrel to clean up. 1897 remains on Pedro's bottom right tower as his miner chips away, shovels away to an even 22-22 top left for Mo.
God, this is so
47
close.
remaining here in overtime.
Beautiful Ghost right there. You're allowed 1 or 2, and this could be a pretty scary offensive push. Evo Ghost still not coming alive. Snowball on offense and a good defense from Pedro.
And Evo Skelly is going to work down the lane. Can't imagine we'll have another Evo Skelly moment, but we're all here for it. Goes high and in the middle with the miner, hoping the miner can tank for the right-hand side. But on the right side, the Ghosts are breaking through.
Right there, good E-Spirit. There's one full Ghost, one of the ghouls. Snowball on defense, and he's going to be able to protect his tower. Ghost, and what looked like that could be game over. Instead, Mohamed Light just defends beautifully like always.
Completely unfazed on the player cam there was Mohamed Light.
His defense was so good.
I thought we were going to have a blow open moment, if you will, there in terms of this game, and Mo Light quickly silences that. Evo Snowball back in cycle.
And right here, Demolisher going to explode on 2 of the minions, offensive poison, and that was an extra shot. I believe that was a Ghost. I'm not I believe that was a Goblin. Couldn't exactly tell. And that tower is now down to 1193.
Mo on the left tower, Drill on the right. Pedro trying to make anything happen. Ghost on the right tower of Mo, but Mo is heavily in the lead.
30 seconds left. Needs to figure something out. These E-Spirits are beautiful. Going to jump across everything, and I mean, I just don't exactly know. There's one minion, but it's not
almost
gonna do
gets
it.
there.
.12:45, 13 seconds left. One of the miners going to town. He's going to be able to get the tower low, needs to defend it. Evo Snowball forced out.
975 bottom left, 911 top right. Pedro now in the lead with 3 seconds remaining. Poison's in, Poison wins, and Pedro able to come back in the final moments, and that's exactly what he needed to do, AC.
He shouldn't have been able to do it. Mohamed Light, I mean, he controlled the...
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, Mo just got robbed. Look at these minions. Chat, look at this. Watch the Goblin Demolisher, okay? Watch this. Because the Demolisher didn't explode the minions, he had to waste his Evo Snow on defense.
12:45, 13 seconds.
Bro, the Demolisher blew up right here and the minions are right here. That is so unfortunate.
Seconds left, one of the miners going to...
And now Mo noticed that and had to snow.
I was thinking Mohamed Light wins it.
Wow.
The final 10, Pedro. RG/miner players, they have such a quick understanding of the game. You know, a lot of people are going to struggle with triple elixir because you have to make so many more decisions.
1-1.
These players are
He's
so
still in it. He's still in it. That was,
Pedro,
dude,
he
that
can
was
outplay
so
the triple
close. He
elixir
lost by like
against
10.
anyone, including Mohamed Light.
Mohamed Light burns the Goblin Hut, burns the Evo Royal Ghost, Evo Snowball, Poison. These are all cards that have been used so much this weekend, AC. This was kind of a, I don't want to say, you know, go all in type deck, but this is definitely one where Mo would like to have taken a W.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Let's take another quick look at deck number 1. And this is where it all started well for Mohamed Light. We thought he was going to be able to jump to a 2-0 lead after this. It was the Hog Firecracker that really won him the game. It was just a brilliant job. And, you know, Pedro really responded well. After losing the opening set and to be able to come back, it's just, it says so much about Pedro.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? That's really, really what he needed confidence-wise as well. When you talk about how rough that first set was against Sub, now coming into Mo, drops game number 1, comes out with his bread and butter to reset things. Now we're at a 1-1, best of 3. Obviously, a lot of cards are out now for both players, but this is a great moment for Pedro to reset the balances and try to take this set.
I mean, it really does feel like all the momentum has shifted. At one point, we were thinking, okay, Mohamed Light goes to 2-0. you know, Pedro's lost 5 out of 6 games instead. Now it's just 4 out of 6 games. It could be anybody's match. I'm just so impressed with the resilience from Pedro. It is so difficult, and I feel like it's very clear to the audience, but I need to reiterate it. It is so difficult to come back in these moments.
There's something about even when like 2 people are spectating you in game and you start making mistakes and you're like, I don't know who's watching me, but this is embarrassing for me. Now you're talking about being in front of a room of hundreds of people that are hanging on every move you make, every misplay, every moment of greatness. There's explosions in the room here. So you have to imagine that pressure is just absolutely insane, and they have both calmed out. You can see Mo locked in here. Pedro finally looking like he's got a little bit more confidence under his belt as we're about to hop into game number 3 in our lower bracket final. Shout out to the crowd here. Shout out to the people that dressed up at DreamHack Atlanta for our CRL 2025 World Finals. We love seeing you guys here. Make some noise as we're getting ready for game number 3.
Lock the fuck in. Let's go, man.
The only difference between having 2 viewers and panicking and losing that game is that the next game I'm only gonna have 0 viewers, and so all these spectators, they're gonna be wanting to watch. It doesn't matter if you lose 2 in a row. You gotta watch. You gotta see what is happening here.
Here we go. Game number 3, lower bracket finals, 2025 World Finals. Let's go. Looking like maybe even a mortar mirror matchup.
Yeah, this might be mortar versus mortar, chat.
Ice Wizard to respond to the
good
mortar,
chance.
minions to help out, and the skeleton barrel almost explodes on top of the Ice Wizard, but that's still going to be a that's still going to be a shot. Wow.
Just in time. And Pedro looking like he's running the deck that Mo created while
Ability,
Mo is running the deck that has been very popular here on ladder. And that is a big spend by Pedro. That ability's going to clean things up, get some good damage on
Nice
tower.
Mo!
Yeah, zapping away, killing the Berserker, gets the tower down to 23.91.
Chat, the Scientist does like
and
0
it's a
damage.
very close game. Ice Wizard once again defending these mortars, and the Cannoneer is going to take it out just in time, getting the tower down to 21.07.
2391, 2107.
Bro, is Mo's only spell arrows?
It's very interesting that Pedro has played a lot of mirror win-con matchups in these best of 5. Started out with Sub going back-to-back. Now here with Mo. Game 3.
Come on, Mo. Come on, Mo.
135 left. And both players just kind of stalling, waiting. And here's the push from Muhammad Light. And forget stalling, forget waiting. He's going all in.
And Boss Bandit there. E-Wiz to slow, but that ability should get a decent amount of value once again as the Boss Bandit turns around, does not dash to the Doctor, and the Doctor untouched crossing the river, got to spend even more. Does Pedro, 1957, 2066. The only grace he has is the fact that the Cannoneer Tower starts with less HP.
Evo Skeleton Barrel trying to take out the minions, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And Muhammad Light doesn't have a lot of elixir. Ice Wizard going to be forced out.
Does he have the fireball? He does. That should be a lot. Oh, perfect gang there from Mo, knowing how this deck is built, considering he's the one that made it popular this weekend.
And right there, Evo Skeleton Barrel going to be able to lock onto the mortar, take it out completely. Minions in response, and a defensive mortar forced out as well.
How expensive that Boss Bandit is and how it dashes all over the board. Not really a great distraction for an opponent's mortar. So Pedro forced to use a mortar of his own defensively.
Goblin Gang at the bridge, trying to take it out in time, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Defensive arrows. Doesn't matter that the mortar's out. You still need to take care of the Goblin Gang. High E-Wiz takes out the Skeleton Barrel perfectly. And here is another push from Pedro. This is just push after push, offense against offense.
Barrel gets in front of the E-Wiz there, Boss Bandit in. Cannoneer, excuse me, Cannon Cart plus Cannoneer doing a good job cleaning everything up. Dashes to the wrong side. And I don't know if that was an overspend by Pedro. We'll see if he can defend here.
Yeah, it felt like he didn't really get
Skelly
all
Barrel.
that much
He's going to have to
value
E-Wiz
from
late on the
those
right.
activated abilities. Skeleton Barrel popping on the right side. Minions plus the Doctor on the left. And
he needs something here to clean up this mortar. E-Wiz distracting enough. His mortar will distract. Cannon Cart comes down. Never what you want to see when you're running mortar.
And right there, we should see an Ice Wizard come down, and that's exactly what's going to happen. A pretty healthy mortar on the left side, and it's going to force out a defensive Goblin game, but not before he gets 2 shots, and not before it allows Muhammad Light to get aggressive again.
Another mortar down. Berserker to distract,
Ability.
but
Ability.
should be pulled out of range in just a second. No, it does not. Mortar comes down just in case for Pedro to play some defense.
Mortar!
18-28,
Mortar's on tower on the left!
16-28, separated by 200 HP. That mortar will take the lead on the left-hand side if it's left undefended by Pedro.
Wow, and again, Muhammad Light, forgetting about the mortar, just going in aggressive with his Goblinstein, and it's going to set himself up for another Evo mortar on the left, plus Skeleton Barrel.
Evo mortar almost locks again. Pedro gets his defensive mortar down just in time. Goblin Gang gonna distract for 1 shot, gonna need something else for the next.
Goblin Gang on defense with the help of the Ice Wiz, no damage, and again, Goblinstein on the left, getting aggressive as he can be.
Come on. Sometimes the best defense AC is just a whole lot of offense, and that is exactly what Mo's trying to do here. Pedro really could not take that Skelly Barrel drop.
Yes.
He takes the damage. He takes some damage from some of the Larrys as well. 1787, 1321, 20 seconds remain.
At this point, Muhammad Light can defend and win out. The Skeleton Barrel does pop. The Ice Wiz does come down too
Mistimed
low.
it.
10 seconds
Can he get
left
back to
decide.
Fireball? Can he get back to Fireball log?
Arrows.
Evo Barrel's in.
Mo, arrows, 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 Mo, arrows, Mo. Arrows, Mo.
Log.
Arrows come down. What are the Skellies?
Yes! Yes! Let's fucking go, Mo! Come on!
30, 23, 18. An insane nail
Dude.
biter between Mo Light.
This series is crazy.
The advantage, 2-1 in this best of 5.
Muhammad Light would have been sick. That one
Let's go, Mo!
The Cannoneer,
Chat,
he knew its
these
job. It
games
knew its
are
priorities. I gotta take that little
insane.
guy out. Does it exactly that way.
One more,
Muhammad
and
Light
Mo
now
is in grand finals.
2-2-1.
You know, sometimes
One more
people talk
win
about
and Mo
more
is in
players
grand.
being brain dead. They just drop everything at the bridge, everything at the, behind their mortar, in front of the mortar, defend. The aggression and the defense from both of these players was
he didn't arrows, he would've lost.
absolutely mesmerizing for that entirety of those 5 minutes. 2 very different looks here. AC, the advantage.
Dude, he arrowed
hard
with
to
like
say.
2 seconds left,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they hit the
I
tower.
mean, this matchup, it was just who can play it that 1/10% better. I mean, that was just wonderful to watch. We see the same evolution,
Chat, that was
the
insane.
same concept of a deck, but then the surrounding cards. I mean, Pedro using what Muhammad Light brought to this tournament at the very beginning. Muhammad Light recognizing, okay, if other people are going to copy me,
That was insane,
I'll
chat.
just use what's been in the meta, what's been the staple that we've seen so far. That Ice Wizard put in so much work, got it perfectly timed most of the time, but not all.
And Mama Mo,
Let's go,
locked
chat.
in, ready to
W,
support
Mom.
her son to try to get that 3rd title and make CRL history. What an incredible back and forth in that game, AC. So excited to see what the rest of this set has in store for us. And that was just, you talk about one more Fireball.
Yep.
One more Skeleton Barrel drop. How about one more log in the entirety of 5 minutes? Not able to find one moment to get an extra Fireball on tower. Mo never giving that much value. He was locked in. Pedro was on the right side that entire game, but never able to get that extra 23 HP that he needed to steal that game. And
Chat,
now we
Mo
find a
needs
moment where
one
Pedro
more,
back
and he's
up
in
against the
grand
wall.
finals.
He has got to sweep Muhammad Light for this next couple games, or he'll be sent home, world number 3. World number 2 back in 2023, but that ever-elusive championship still out of reach. Can he do it? Game number 4, Pedro's life on the line. Let's go.
Goblin drill from Pedro, I think.
Muhammad Light opting to go quick cycle miner. One of the most intimidating ways to see your opponent start. Seeing Mo play a bunch of cards and a miner.
Ice Wiz, Snowball, Evo, Bomber in support of this Skeleton King. Mo going straight control here. Imagine we're going to see a rocket. There's the log. Can he do what Pedro
Chat,
did
Mo's
to
using
sub
minor
in the
rocket.
last set?
Pedro's so cooked.
Yeah, and I could be completely wrong, but I'm thinking Mo has a great matchup. The Dark Prince always going to be able to clean up the drills very nicely. Bats get on top of the tower, and these little small mistakes, these tiny little errors are going to add up quickly. The Rockets at the very end of the game, knowing Mo, he can cycle 3 rockets in 20 seconds, so you need to get that damage advantage, and so far, Mo starting off strong.
And if Pedro also has the rocket, and it's constantly defended by the delivery or Dark Prince, that rocket is nullified. AC, obviously you get the damage on tower, but the idea is to also take out the troops so you're not making too large of a negative trade. And Mo Light has all the answers.
Log plus delivery, and really plus Evo Tesla and Dark Prince. I mean, half the deck is a hard counter. He can go with an early log because he has so many options. The Skellies even can be a hard counter. Skellies plus log, defending very nicely. Pedro just struggling right now.
Yeah, Pedro probably trying to do a whole lot of math in his mind to figure out how on earth do I play through this matchup. Mo on the other side has the luxury, as you said, AC, of a phenomenal matchup. So many responses. All he has to do is do what he does best. Play those Teslas, send in the miners, and defend better than anyone else in the world.
And right there, overspending with the log, you see him slightly frustrated. He knows that that wasn't the best play. And it's weird, it feels like Mo has gotten more nervous in this game, knowing that he has the matchup, knowing that he should be setting himself to the to the championship game if he plays it perfectly.
It's a really good point that you make there. It does seem like Mo is just a little bit like, I have this match.
Oh,
there's
rocket
the rocket
back.
we're talking about. Dark Prince
Mo,
shield
rocket
comes
right
off.
back.
Great
Rocket
push
right
coming
back.
in both lanes now. Bats plus miner to the left. Nothing there for the Bats. There's the Ice Wiz. Maybe a late delivery
Dark
here.
Prince.
Dark Prince connects.
Dark Prince.
No, a Skeleton
Dark Prince.
King comes down.
Yes.
And now a rocket
Yes.
from Mo.
Yes.
The right-hand tower taking the lead by 1,100.
3 seconds away from overtime, and Muhammad Light just controlling this game entirely. Set himself up so beautifully with this matchup. Skellies do
Good
come
patience,
down.
man. Good patience,
Rocket
man.
will get a little bit of value.
Rocket again, Mo.
There's just no way.
There's just no way. 600 HP separating the 2 players. Another rocket going to come down. Does it catch the Ice
Mo.
Wiz? It will. And so this miner is just going to chip away.
AC, it's a little early, but that shot right there from the rocket
Come on,
may
Mo,
have been the nail in the coffin here for Pedro. 6:51, 2 rockets away is Mo Light from another grand finals at CRL World Finals.
Snowball not taking off the shield, so it's
rocket him, Mo. Rocket him, Mo.
Defense for the Dark Prince. Delivery
Rocket log wins. Or no, maybe not.
With the help of the rocket, you're going to get down to 84.
That's it.
Plus the Dark Prince.
Come on! Come on!
5 World Finals in a row. 2 championships under his belt. And now, returning to the grand final stage is the greatest of all time. The best matchup that you could hope for after playing through a nail-biter of a Game 3. Mo Light does it again.
Grand finals time, chat.
That was never
Grand finals time, come on!
Get 50-50s that just
Grand finals!
Get that kind of matchup in game number 4.
And you talk about coaching, and I know that Alan's out there screaming, so we're going to shout him out as well. That is what you want the best coaches in the world for.
Come on,
the most
Mo.
important game of your career for Pedro, and you come into the worst matchup of your entire tournament. Great job there by Mo and Ian. AC. I'm going to make you do the impossible task of figuring out any way to do any better than Pedro did.
God, this is insane, guys.
You know, gameplay-wise, what I would have done is...
Started with 12 players. There are now only 2, bro. Muhammad Light versus Sub. Remember, chat, Sub needs to beat Muhammad Light in 1 best-of-5. Muhammad Light needs to beat Sub in 2 best-of-5.
Just too many options. The Skellies plus the Dark Prince plus the Log. Those 3 in tandem, you're not ever getting past Mo.
We've been talking about that drill. Sending the drill,
Chat,
sending the
is
rocket,
actually
sending
insane,
the Evo
guys.
Snowball. When you have that many responses,
Literally insane.
It really doesn't matter. So Pedro's run comes to an end. It starts with a first-round bye. He goes 2-0 over Lucas X Gamer. Then takes down Adriel 2-1, one of the hardest tasks of the entire tournament. Then gets beaten by his best friend, sent to the lower bracket. Then just like that,
This is
sent
crazy,
home by
guys.
the voted one in Mo Light. And then there were 2. $100,000
Chat, this is literally
to one,
insane.
$200,000 in the crown to the other. Sub versus Mo Light. in a potential back-to-back grand finals.
This is it, y'all. Grand finals. Mo versus Sub. Mods, run the predictions. Chat, y'all got like 5 minutes to lock in your points. Will Mo become a 3-time world champion today? The only one ever.
He did that Sub didn't do as well, and so I feel like that has
Come
to be
on!
a pretty good
He's
start
so
for
close.
Sub.
The only man to beat Mohamed Light this entire weekend is the one he's running into in the grand finals. As we talked about before, Stats Royale was this place where Mo ran into someone.
5 minutes, chat.
That was a rematch.
5
there.
minutes till
Sub
grand
has obviously
finals.
ran into Mo many times in their career. Favor has always gone basically to Mohamed Light. Sub trying to rewrite the script. And
Chat, I'm going to get a bottle of water. It's time, boys. Y'all got 5 minutes to lock in your points.
Full best of 5 here.
They're talking with their coaches. Let's go. Grand finals, chat. Let's go.
We're here at CRL World Finals 2025 at DreamHack Atlanta. Check out this crowd, just absolutely wild. The best we have ever had. I am so pumped for day 2 and day 3.
What is up, Atlanta?
CRL Finals Atlanta, DreamHack. Energy of the crowd, the commentating, just awesome to be in the same room as all these other class players.
Spirit Goblin.
I'm a barbarian. And I'm a wizard. Yeah, I'm the King Tower and she's the Princess Tower.
It's Halloween, you know, why not dress up?
Oh yeah, we both love the game.
It's super lovely. It's my first time here in the World Finals. I love it. The crowd, the atmosphere is amazing. It's amazing. No, we're from New York.
We're from Missouri.
I flew out from LA. I couldn't resist, and I'm glad I did.
It's going great. A lot of great competition, a lot of great games.
I really like seeing a lot of E-Giants.
Game over.
Pedro doing what E-Giant does.
All these guys playing at the highest level.
This is why we had to make the trip.
I'm just waiting to see the grand finale, you know?
DreamHack is Clash Royale's event, for sure.
We are just a few minutes away from crowning the next Clash Royale
it,
League World Champion.
Grand finals,
so who
man.
better to be with than the first ever solo world champion?
Grand finals,
at
man.
2017 CCGS, Sergio Ramos. Sergio, you've seen Clash Royale go through so many phases. What's it like being here with this crazy crowd in Atlanta?
Man, this is just great. A lot of people here. I love it a lot.
Well, we've seen you grow up. The first time we saw you on stage, you still had braces, and now you have a beard. What's it like growing up with Clash Royale the way you have?
This is just insane. I started.
Is that a sneaky golem in the back? What the fuck?
About to turn 25. Just insane. I didn't think I was going to play
That guy's
much,
peak.
But I don't know. Maybe I will turn 50 and still playing. Who knows?
Games you play for a lifetime. That's the idea. Sergio, speaking of crazy, we are getting very close to another finish, to another championship. And we just saw an absolutely wild best of 5, an absolutely wild one after that. And now we come up to our finale, Sub and Mohamed Light. I gotta put you on the spot.
Who do you have for the 2025 World Championship?
Man, this is so hard to say. Like, Mo, for me, he's just like the best player ever. He's so talented. He's those like disciplined. He plays, I don't know, a lot, like 10 hours per day, a lot. But Zub, I don't know, like he's just great. But if I have to say if I have to pick, I would say Mo.
Well, there you have it. The first ever solo world champion picking Mohamed Light. We'll see in a few minutes who is the 2025 world champ.
Let's go. Mo versus Sub. He's got to win 2 BO5s, dude. Oh my God, they're bringing him out. How much you want to bet Juicy has a boner right now? I was wrong.
Hundreds of millions have tried, only 2 have succeeded. Thousands of hours of training have led up to this moment. He sent Mo to the lower bracket yesterday. Can he win again? Everyone, give it up for Cal Sub! He's a man who needs no introduction. He is going for his 3rd Clash Royale League World Finals title. Round of applause for Mohamed Light!
Yeah! Crown him. Crown the GOAT. Crown him. What's happening?
He made a lower bracket run in 2022 when he won his first championship. Can he do it again to win his 3rd?
Only me and Mugi have 2 championships, and if I were to win this one, I would have the most in history.
But there's not enough time, and Mo Light is gonna have to repeat a lower bracket run. Sub gets it done.
Por causa que, como eu falei, todo mundo acreditava, como você falou, todo mundo acreditava no Mohamed. E pô, ganhar de um cara desse, você ganha confiança e isso é ótimo para os próximos jogos.
Since I already faced Sub and unfortunately I lost, I'm going to figure what went wrong and find an alternative strategy that can work.
Treinei bastante, me dediquei bastante, analisei bastante, justamente contra o Mohamed, que é um cara que 2 vezes campeão mundial, então tem que preparar mais. E é isso.
May the better player win.
Let's go. Let's actually go. Oh my God, that's cinematic. Let's go.
And history is upon us. Either a first-time, 3-time.
I mean, my penis is erect. I'm not gonna lie anymore, bro. My penis is seeping through my fucking underwear, bro. I am like 2 steps away from exploding on myself. Like, let's go. Grand Finals, chat.
In Clash Royale, and how does it get any bigger than this with the skill level we've seen?
Let's go!
These 2, Mohamed Light is putting it on the way we know that he can in the lower bracket run.
25 seconds.
Sub has been just, we know
Mods.
how good he is.
Mods, close the prediction in 20 seconds. Let's go.
To make that #1 happen for the first time as a world championship.
And he got second twice.
Yeah, good luck on your points, guys.
Everyone had doubts about how good he actually was. Well, you got there on points, but you didn't win an actual monthly final. You didn't get it through the LCQ. And I talked to Sub, you know, when we sat down for an interview, and he said he loved that.
Oh my God, we're starting.
He thought he was the strongest player. He was able to do it all year long.
Grand Finals.
It's all about that mental fortitude, that perseverance.
Grand Finals,
on this
bro.
stage, you never know what's going to happen, and Sub has played through adversity all year long.
Well, and that's the big thing we've seen from Sub that might be the most important skill he has, is that he has played so well under pressure. Anyone can make big, great plays playing at home on your couch when there's nothing on the line, but doing it in front of these many people,
Chad, look
the
at his
level
stats.
of micro he's had, the decision making he's had,
13-time
it
monthly
has
finals
been
win.
world class.
57-time top 10
87% of us
finish.
were wrong yesterday. yesterday.
Two-time world
100% of the
champ.
casters were
1
wrong
million earnings.
yesterday, and Sub upset the world. Can he do it again? One thing left to do on that to-do list, and that is to beat the greatest in the world in one best of 5, because he does have a life to give. But we all know getting in an upper bracket grand finals reset against Mohamed Light is not where anyone wants to be.
It just brings so many problems into your head. You go, hey, I had it right there. This cushion, this feeling of maybe it's all going to be okay. The security blanket goes away.
Absolutely.
And it's just you, your device, and the guy across from you. That gets scary.
And honestly, you get that deep into the deck pool, and you have to start innovating what you want to bring out, when you want to bring it out in the second best of 5. And we just saw Alan pick apart those decks from Pedro, especially in that final game. When you look at that matchup, I mean, that's like 90-10. That's a 100-0 matchup.
Dark Goggins! Oh my god, it's fucking Dark Goggins!
And of course, you mix that deck pick with some of the
Chat, that was Dark Goggins!
During that game, and you're just GG, well played, good luck next year.
And that's such a great way to put it, as the traps that were laid. Let's see what the audience...
The cosplays is good, bro.
Grand finals, were they swayed by the great plays from Sub? He gained 1% or 2. 2% he gained after pulling off one of the greatest runs in CRL World Finals history. He gets 2 more people out of 100.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've been doing here and my prediction. I don't think anyone's surprised. I'm going Mohamed Light. Again, it's hard to pick against him. We've said this a million times. I'm not doing it here at the World Finals.
Yeah, I really don't. This is the one where I could go either way, but I also went with Mohamed Light, and I truly believe if we do have a reset, then it's 100% towards Mo Light. We all went Mo Light across the board on the casting desk, but I've been wrong a lot this weekend, and we were all wrong yesterday when they faced off for the first time in that 2-1 win by Sub.
And that's been the big thing, is the noise here has not mattered to Sub at all.
It's time. It's time. I hear the music. The music means it's about to start.
Every time I've seen him in the hallways, at the hotel, here at the convention center, he's done a great job of putting those blinders on and staying focused on the task, and that's what he needs here today to beat Mo.
Such a great thing to point out.
Oh my god, they got the trophy out there. They got the trophy.
Lost. He's just the same. He's consistent, like he's been all year long. You and I have always been people that celebrate the emotionless players on
Chat,
stage.
it is
because of
time,
what
dude.
brings when you don't get your emotions involved in matches like this, in moments like this. And both these guys are nails.
Grand finals, man.
And you see there what we're playing for. The crown. Only one can wear it. Who will be the 2025 Clash Royale League World Champion?
Time.
Mohamed Light, $200,000 and the title starts now.
And this crowd
Here we go.
at
Grand
DreamHack
finals
is ready.
Grand
in Atlanta.
finals.
They
Remember,
wanna know
Mo has to win 2
who's
best
the
of 5.
greatest.
Sub needs to win 1.
And Mohamed Light had a lot of success with this deck earlier.
Because Mo's in the
going
losers
back
bracket.
well in game 1.
It's Pro League, so you cannot
Curious
repeat
which
any
version
cards.
it's gonna
Once
be.
you use a card, you can't use it again.
Will it be the Boss Bandit version? There's many versions out there with Mortar and Evo Barrel. Looking more like it could. But Berserker also shows up in a lot of those decks.
Yeah, Berserker is certainly having a coming out party here at this competition.
And Boss Bandit does come in, but with a change of the barrel, usually the log fireball combo. Again, this is a best of 5. You've got to do stuff like that if you want to be in a good position down the line.
Boss Bandit setting up in front of the skeleton barrel, doing some tanking for a moment. Gets the cannon off, pulled towards the King Tower, but the dash back to avoid the activation. Mohamed Light quick on the fingers.
I like that play there by Sub, just recognizing I can activate King Tower if you make a mistake,
see how quick
but
he
I know
is?
you won't, so I'm ready to go with the next spot. Great heads-up play from both these guys. Sub still in the lead, even though more damage has been done to his towers.
As a note here, Sub has run these hog decks in practice a lot, but mostly going with a Tesla version or with an XE NATO version. So think about some of those pieces he might be saving for this best of 5.
Definitely. EQ is the spell of choice. I like that instead of going something bigger. I know Juicy talked about the Void spell, but I don't know, buddy. I don't know if that's going to happen today.
It's best of 5, it's World Finals. Just about anything can happen. We'll see if we go there right now with 2 minutes away, moving into double elixir time. So far, pretty much razor thin.
Setting up that cannon early, trying to get to the Evo cannon as soon as possible. Evo Firecracker in play already. Nice E-Spirit Plus should clean all this up. An early log!
He missed! He missed the
log!
log! He missed the log!
Sub thought that the Firecracker was going to pop both of the barrels there because it was the Evo Cracker, and he just misses the log.
That's a
got
pretty
nervous.
big gap to open up. 716
He got
bottom
nervous.
right tower, 2099 on the top left, and we are getting closer and closer to sudden death.
And a small thing that Sub can hold on to is that there was a misplay there by Mo to activate King Tower with the Firecracker. Evo Mortar down. Earthquake in, Skellies to distract, and the Skellies don't distract!
He missed the Skellies! Sub's nervous!
2 shots in, barrel to tank. Goblins taking for the barrel, Boss Bandit on the left-hand side. Mo Light has blown this wide open.
Sub's nervous!
And now
Dude!
he just sits back,
Let's
doesn't make a
go!
mistake,
Fireball, fireball,
and
log.
rides out these 2 minutes to
Yeah,
a game
fireball,
1 victory.
fireball, log.
First fireball's in. Mo's all smiles right now. Sub doing anything that he can. But this is swimming upstream. Ice skating uphill.
Mortar.
Earthquake trying to break through. Hog's not going to get
Fireball,
it.
log. Fireball, log.
Puts Mo
Yes!
to the winner's
Let's
goal.
go! Come on!
For the Pharaoh.
Beautiful stuff there. He's got to win 5 more, though. He's got to win 5 more if he wants to hold that trophy. Sub's got to bounce back in game 2. Major mistakes from Sub, and that's the nerves of the grand finals.
And we talked about that he had been so comfortable here so far and had been a good,
Sub's
good
nervous,
job
bro.
of staying calm, of not getting freaked out.
Sub
but
is nervous,
it
chat.
hits
Sub
different
is
when it's the
nervous.
grand final.
It sure does, and we have not seen him make mistakes.
That's
like
that GOAT gift,
I gotta
chat.
say,
That's that
all
GOAT
year
gift,
long,
bro.
He's been a guy that has been
That's
nailed
that GOAT
all year.
gift.
That's what we were talking about, the king of...
It doesn't matter how good you are, bro. Will he perform when he has some money right in front of him? Mo's in front of you, bro. 200 bands on the line, bro. You're gonna get nervous, dog.
He didn't get going very much, and Mohamed did a great job of...
Because like that, bro, that's why I love esports, man. And like sports, bro. It's like you can be good all the time online on your little laptop. Bro, Sub made 3 major mistakes in that game, bro. That he feels the aura pulsating through Mo's penis, bro. Like... It's a lot different when you feel that aura.
Excuse me. And then you see there, the Skellies. Sub knows where to play those Skellies.
Let's go, Mo. Come on, Mo. Come on, Mo.
Place to play them.
3-time world champion
He's trying to
today.
get 3 on one side to walk away, then come back to the Goblin to just distract a little longer. You got to do it perfectly, or you just got to do it right. You know, you can't go and making... We were talking to Eric Benemu about this years ago, and I talked to him about his players in these defensive moments. Do you try to do the fancy move, or do you try to do the sure thing? And he says you always go sure thing on stages like this.
Yeah, I mean, you got to simplify the game and just execute, and now you got to go back and say, hey, I thought I had it in a good spot in game number 1. Now I have to go back to the drawing board in game number 2. And I'm very curious to see if he at some point goes back to that graveyard deck that we saw in his previous matchup. He's been running that in practice.
Chad, remember, bro, if Mo wins this BO5, he has to win another BO5.
Into game 4, game 5.
He's got a lot of work cut out, but he can do it, bro.
To have that in game 1, to be honest, running into that Cannoneer tower, been able to lock things down with the poison, clean up all those swarmy troops, but not the way that the dice fall as Sub is sitting here resetting for game number 2. Got to have a memory of a goldfish after a game 1 like that. Not really much of a nail biter, more of a beating.
Yeah, well, so now we look at this. E-Wiz out, Barb Barrel out, Fireball out. Log is still open. Let's keep an eye on it with Sub staying in sort of that cycle area. Where does he go next? Does he go into cycle? I think maybe he wants to drag it out a little bit later, but that's where he plays comfortably. And, you know, you still have some things. I'm wondering, is there some version of drill or bait he goes here early?
You know, I think that I'd love to see Sub kind of do what Pedro did, which is kind of reset, go maybe minor wall breakers, things like that.
Here we go.
The way that Mo's
Here we go. Here we go.
Drill, just go to drill and
come on, Mo.
You've
come on,
got
Mo.
An advantage. You've already been playing it so perfectly.
Come on, Mo.
It's very hard to stop all weekend, and instead we see Barrel early on here from Sub.
And Mohamed Light with the bomber. So drill certainly a possibility here.
I think Mo's using drill, yeah.
Drill plus Evo Valk.
And this could just be crazy bait with wall breakers still. Princess, the Dark Gob, the Barrel.
Yeah, Mo's
Wall breakers
using
high
drill
here. There they are.
Takes a little swing from the Valkyrie. All of it shuts it down.
And with Mo Light looking like he's playing drill, this is going to be very, very interesting when you start working that Evo snowball into the equation. Maybe using wall breakers to take the drill out more than you'd like. Perfect Fire Spirit jumps. But after losing confidence in interactions in game one, will Sub be able to pull it off?
And goes for the snowball on the Dark Goblin to clear.
Barry, go Barry! Wow. Go Barry, go! Go Barry!
Light pretty much evens things up, 21-71 to 21-33.
Brilliant decision making there by Mo. Nice shot here from the Princess at the bridge by Sub. Probably not going to get many more of those throughout this game. 1965, 21-71.
That dart's going to
Sub
die.
in the lead by a hair.
Nice.
Wishes
Bad
that
dart.
Goblin stayed alive, Rich.
Should put it one south to the left.
The bet that Log wouldn't come out in game number 2, and so far, so good for him. You saw Mo didn't love that last little bit of interaction, and as we get closer and closer to our double elixir time, he sets up at the Goblin Hut.
Sub really needs to make these double barrels, these gob barrel evolutions, cause some damage when you talk about the responses that Mo has. Whether it's just making things played awkwardly by Mo, getting things out of cycle for his offensive pushes.
Even snowball takes out back.
And there we go. That's exactly what I was talking about. If you're going to defend that way, you have to have the perfect Fire Spirit jump, and his micro is just not on right now.
We've seen the hands shake on stage before, and while we have the face cam, we don't have the hand cam at this World Finals.
Would have loved to see that barrel go opposite side. Have the real Goblins on the left-hand side with the tank. Instead, pretty clean defense, 1845 to 1822.
Both players doing a great job of consistently pressuring both lanes, and you see it paying off here for Sub as he now puts both towers under 1900.
And trying to get some princesses on the board, but giving poison value is Sub.
Bad dart! Bad dart!
Oh boy.
Rich,
bad dart!
Exactly what I am talking about. Sub is out of sorts at the moment.
Bro, Sub's getting nervous.
Forces some
Mo's
more
up
drops
300.
to cover, but damage done. 15-8, 15-58.
Sub has not
on the
played
right-hand
this bad
side.
the entire tournament.
And Sub still
The whole
in
tournament.
this fight has got to lock down his interactions yesterday.
Keep in mind, if it's super tight as we get late, Sub will have to get on tower. Mohamed Light does have direct spell damage.
And Princess stays alive just a little longer than Mo would have liked. Dark
Yeah,
Goblin
Mo has
also.
poison. Sub doesn't have anything.
And now Princess here to help clean up this Gob Hut. High Valkyrie to block. Beautiful stuff here from Mo.
Nice
and
Evo Snow.
Snowball to send everything back. Bomber to try to cover on one side, guards on the other. And does not allow the wall breakers to connect, but damage on the left-hand side is massive.
Yeah,
down to 12-21.
Real Goblins do a lot of damage there. Valkyrie up high to protect against this Princess. Valkyrie on the other side to protect the Dark Goblin. Sub turning the pressure up, building some confidence. That should go down.
Final minute, triple elixir flowing.
And just gonna eat some of that. No, he does not. Last second Valkyrie.
Come on.
Bomber taken off the board, but does do the job against the Dark Goblin.
Not only does Sub have the lead, but he has both lanes, and that's going to be huge here. As he can go opposite, but he can also, if he has to, he can win in that right-hand side.
And I love what he's doing with the princesses here, Rich. You know Mo wants to poison the right side, so make these princesses take over the board. Control the board. Protect your princess.
3 princesses?
Goblins on the right-hand side take it down to 1280. Mohamed Light in trouble in both lanes. Poison down, gives him the lead, but for how long?
10 seconds.
Pressure here from Sub. He cannot let Mo get back on offense. Needs to defend.
The
high drill.
The defensive drill. Will it be enough?
Let's fucking go! Come on, Mo!
Mohamed Light.
You're the GOAT!
In defense. Takes a 2-0 lead.
Bro, he saved his Evo Snow for the last barrel. God, he's so intelligent. And there was 3 princesses, and Sub stacked up all of his princesses because he knew Mo couldn't poison because Sub's also so intelligent. It's like light Yagami versus L, bro.
Defensive drill, you see him go That was pretty smooth.
Well, I mean, that was as smooth as it could be, and you saw two things there that we talk about.
Mo
is
so good,
you know, we
chat.
talk a lot about how you don't want to have to use the Evo Snowball on defense. It means you're not getting that offensive damage. He uses it to buy himself enough time to reset. And then the drill on defense as well. He knew, hey, you cannot get directly on my
Chat,
tower
it's so
unless
close.
I let you. I
It's
have
so
the lead,
close,
I'm
guys.
locking it down.
It's so easy to
10K
lose a game
bits
when
from
you
C.
feel like things are going your way.
Love
You're
watching
in
you do
the
Planet
lead,
Geo Dash.
you can
Yo,
race
C,
to
I
the
love you,
finish
bro.
line.
Thank you,
Mo
man.
Holds for pause.
Thank you.
Recognizes, like you said, I need to reset. I need to slow things down.
One
I need to
more
spend my
win
elixir
for Mo,
defensively.
and
I've
it
already
comes
got
down to
lead.
the
As long as
final
he doesn't
BO5.
get more damage in, I will win this, and that's exactly what the Pharaoh does, and takes 2-0 lead here in our first upper bracket grand final. Excuse me, our grand finals here.
And this is where Sub needs to figure out how to quiet that little voice in the back of your head, the one that starts saying, oh my God, I don't know if I can do it. Am I ready
Chat.
for this? Can I work my way?
Sub is messing up so much, dude.
Angled and buried at this
Absolutely.
exact moment.
And you know, you could start to see it in his gameplay as that game kind of evolved. You could see him getting better with his micro interactions. You could see him kind of understand what was going on all across the board in a macro sense. But the problem is he just gave up too much too early on. Molite saw it. He saw blood in the water, just like a shark. He goes after him relentlessly. And then he goes, okay, Sub, you started to clean some stuff up. Let me now slow down, as you said, reset, play some better defense. And it was just beautiful stuff here from the Goated one.
Yeah, I mean, he took care of business as you expect, and now we get into this real question as, hey, if Sub is going to win in this first best of 5, he has to win in the championship rounds, in Game 4 and Game 5. And we talked about this in the best of 3s, where you're looking at kind of that rhythm of typically it's going to be one cycle deck and a couple of big, or one big and two small. And in this case, he now has 3 ahead of him, and he's gone cycle twice.
Yeah, and that control deck, that Dark Prince Tesla Miner Rocket deck is just lurking in the wings,
Oh, my Lord.
if you will, knowing that it's going to be near impossible other than getting another Miner control deck basically against him to defend that. Or maybe that's when you bring out Graveyard, right? It maybe just fares a little bit better. Obviously, drill the worst case scenario.
Come on, Mo.
But at least maybe if you can Miner, you can meet him in damage. You can go that control against each other. Or if you can get Graveyard in, you at least have a way to get more damage on tower than those drills that were completely useless in the last set.
I love that you used lurking for that Miner Rocket deck, because now that we've seen the rhythm he can get into it, it feels like it's about to call Sub at home and say, what's your favorite scary movie?
And honestly, if I'm Sub, I
was
gotta
me!
be scared of that deck because Mo's got 2 lives to give.
Dude,
and
that
it
was
covers
me!
so much because it just relies on him doing what
Chat,
he
did
does
you guys
best.
see that?
Mohamed Light, which is defend and just get miners out. Here we go. Game 3. Will
Come
this
on,
be
Mo.
a clear sweep in our first grand finals? Or will Sub be able to turn things around?
Other big question here is if Sub goes cycle, which it looks like he's going to be doing, what does that leave him for games 4 and 5? Right, it's pretty easy to put him on some stuff when you get into the championship rounds, now that we're 3 cycle decks down.
And we see the Tesla and log out already from
Sub
Molite.
using Mortar.
Looking like it could be a version of Mortar here from Sub.
Is Mo using Hog? Yeah, he's using Hog.
And gonna figure out what the spell power is relatively soon on both sides.
Mo probably has Earthquake.
Cannon Cart breaks down, plenty away from that tower. Mo forced to cover those skellies, and you see him going, all right, I had to do that.
Looking like he could be going to Hog Rider.
Hog Rider versus Mortar.
Good little bit of pressure here from
feel like this
Sub on
could
the
go either
left-hand
way.
lane, and now going back to the right. Tesla out for Mo.
Still haven't seen what the second Evo is from Sub. As a gang for pressure and a late Fire Spirit.
And it survives.
Beautiful interaction there.
So spell-wise, what's Mohamed got going on here? Obviously, Earthquake is one you would think of, but Lightning open as well.
And
And there you go.
Lightning comes down in the back there. Mo at 2766. The one nice thing is the Lightning is so expensive, you can start to stack cannon carts one side,
Nice
Skelly's
Tesla, wow.
Kelly King the other. You can defend your mortar a little bit more. You can get a little more
Nice
aggressive with
Tesla.
mortars because you
Come
have
on,
the
Mo,
cannon cart
just
there
win
that can break down. But the thing that you're thinking about is how do I get damage on tower? I need a barrel to get through, or I need a mortar to connect, and those are two very difficult things to do against Mo Light.
Middle mortar picks it up with the Mighty Miner.
And Cannon Cart. It's getting a lot of lightning value there, maybe trying to bait it out of Mo, and he does take it.
There needs to be some big hits. 2 from the Hog, I believe. Oh, it stops the second.
The bats
now
is
the mortar
clutch
down.
for sub.
Evil
Come on.
mortar in play. Fire Spirit, wow. Perfect timing on that Fire Spirit. Bat goes down just in time.
Skelly Kings in both lanes. Evo Firecracker trying to work on the defensive side. Mortar still at about a third health.
He needs his arrows to get rid of that Firecracker right now. Does sub, not able to do it. Mortar off the
Mo's
board,
up.
no damage in.
Oh, that's a nice Hog Firecracker, man. King Tower
Should expect
activated.
a little King Tower activation there. That will be helpful in the long run.
Good Firecracker placement from Mo.
Firecracker splash goes to the other side. Mo Light still has both lanes at his disposal.
Maybe
Sudden
Hog
death
again.
overtime. And Sub setting up the Skelly barrel way low.
And I like how Mo is just not even, I'm not even going to play with it. Every
Yeah.
time that cannon cart's in the back, I'm going to take the lightning value. I don't care what lane it's in. I don't care which tower is lower, at least right now.
Yeah,
90
the cannon
seconds
cart
remain in
gets too
overtime.
much value,
Game
so
3
Mo has
grand
to lightning
finals.
it. Because the cannon cart rolls Mo's whole deck.
And
like
a bit of a
Tesla.
stalemate for Sub.
Firecracker.
Yeah, he's got to figure out what can he do to get to the second level. He's again in a situation.
Hog Rider!
Firecracker!
Firecracker!
Devastating.
Firecracker!
Does get a shot in. Mighty Miner bomb goes off as well.
Yes!
And Sub cannot get on offense. Tesla here to block? No. Mighty Miner to kite or distract. Skeleton King looking for it.
Oh,
And a
nice
perfect
lightning.
lightning again from Mo.
Log.
But the shot does get
Beautiful.
in. Late ability, and that's going to be very little damage. And Mo goes, you almost predicted me, but that one goblin stays alive.
Yeah, that arrows feels like a late gasp there, as there was just one little
Mo's
ghostly
so cute,
skeleton
bro.
there.
And looking for the mortar defensively
One.
is Mo.
Yes!
Lightning early. This is
Yes!
a last chance effort here.
Bro, he's
for
literally
Sub.
about to flawless
He's gotta
him.
win the game
3-0
with this
in the
push.
first set.
He's not
Mighty
even
Miner,
gonna get
ability,
to the
ability,
push.
ability, ability.
Mo Light trying to break through an ocean of goblins, and still Mo Light's hard.
Yes, Mo, yes!
Mo has to get to that.
3-0 sweep!
That's a lot on the left-hand side, a lot on the right-hand side.
And going for the block is Sub. Now maybe going to drop goblins in the back. Mo's looking for it, trying to find a spot for that lightning. And there it is.
And he gets it! 3 up, 3 down, and he heads right back to get
Instantly.
ready for round 2.
Instantly walked off. Wow, instantly.
Happened. An onslaught. 3 up, as you said, and 3 very quick down from the goated one. That's one of the things about this deck that I find is very...
Sub, going into this game, has only lost 1 game the whole tournament and loses 3.
So difficult to get damage on tower. If their deck is defensive at all, you are relying strictly on them to make a mistake. And that's not something Mo Light does. At least the Boss Bandit version forces you to make mistakes because of how strong it is, how much damage it does.
Serious?
But this is all cards that have just been in the game for a very long time, very controllable, and Sub not finding a way to break through once.
Well, in 2 games in a row where he kind of forces himself, it's tower.
All right, chat, it comes down to the final best of 5 between Mo and Sub. 3-0 sweep in the first set.
He just has the arrows, and those arrows will do something, but you're not going to get much there at the end. So you start getting deeper in that game, you start falling behind, and you start panicking.
Yeah.
You start trying to make big
Final
time
best
plays.
of
We
5,
saw
y'all.
a few times he put Mohammed under pressure, but Mo was just so comfortable, so
This is
ready,
it.
sitting
Sub
back there,
versus
and
Mo.
he used it to just press the
Chat,
advantage
what do we
that
think,
way.
boys?
And just nothing for
Chat.
3 games here from Sub. Just felt like he was on his back foot the entire
Chat,
time.
imagine,
Mo had
yo,
his number from the...
Make sure you guys bet your channel points, boys. Make sure you bet your channel points. I would just nuke all my points on Mo, I'm not going to lie. I love that he
Finals
instantly
reset.
walked off.
There are at most 5 more games in the 2025 season of CRL, and Mo Light is looking for that 3rd title.
This is it, chat.
Man, if I'm back there and I'm Sub, I am just going through everything I've ever done, looking at something. Do I need to get off the decks that I've played
Bro,
so
Sub
far?
just got
Do I need
swept.
to completely change
That
directions?
is crazy,
Keep in
y'all.
mind, we saw 3
Swept. Literally got swept, guys. That is insane, dude.
cycle decks back to back to back,
Yeah.
and Muhammad Light was just covered.
Bro, I'm lagging. Why am I lagging? I'll freak out right now.
Got your decks. I've picked them out based off what just happened. Just
This is insane,
chill.
bro.
Don't think
Day
about
3.
It. Don't think about what just happened. Do everything that you can to reset. You've played
The
this
last
game for
best
tens
of 5
thousands of hours. There's nothing you can learn right now in 5 minutes that's going to change anything. He just needs to get back to his gameplay. You were talking about there was desperation.
Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Sub has played perfect the whole tournament, and then like as soon as he played Mo in finals, he just started making crazy mistakes. Like he let a mortar lock. He logged too early. There was another one in there. Like he logged too early, and then his Excalibur did like 1,000. Like there was a bunch of stuff.
Muhammad Light, he is going to be able to, as we talked about, reset like he did in that game too. You've got to be able to get some damage.
Final
in
best of
and then
5,
reset
chat.
the pace. You can't.
Could
run
you
away with it
imagine if
against
he
him.
6-0
Well, you know, the other thing
sweeps
to think
him?
about that could be
That
good
would be crazy.
for Sub here, and it kind of goes against Jose V's style as a coach, is just go for a hard matchup. Go for that hard counter. Go for something that's a big swing, and try to get one game under your belt and just get on to those next few with an advantage. That's really, really hard to do, and I know they're back there working on something.
And as they're back there working on that, let's take a look at what just happened in our first grand finals. One more to go.
Chat, this is it, bro. This is it. This is it. This is it. It comes down to one more best of 5, guys. Whoever wins is the champion of the world in 2025. If Mo wins, he's the first ever 3-time world champ, which is ridiculous. This is it, bro. This is it. This is it. Look at how passionate he is. I just love him, dude. I love him. He's so passionate. He's so passionate. I love him. This is it, y'all. One more best of 5, chat. Dude, they did the goblin emote.
Rich Slayton here with the 2-time and defending world champion Muhammad Light. Tell me about this year for you and how you view coming into World Finals.
This year, I think it was probably the most difficult year for me because I think I did not do as well as I did in previous years, and hopefully I can defend my title this year.
You and Mugi have traded off world championships, but you have a chance to be the first one to go for 3 and back-to-back. Does that change how you view things at all? Do you feel the pressure of that mounting?
Coming into this event, we both have 2 world championships. Well, I hope I can win my 3rd one.
Some people, maybe most people, consider you the greatest of all time in Clash Royale. What does that make you think, and what do you think sets you apart from everybody else?
It makes me happy that there are some people who consider me as the best in the game. At the same time, with that, it comes a lot of expectations from people, which can be difficult to manage sometimes.
You are rapidly approaching a pretty big number. The first person to ever hit $1 million in total prize money from Clash Royale. Do you ever think about that number? That's kind of crazy from a game you play on your phone.
To come to this day and think about that, it's really amazing because I never thought I'd come this far, honestly, this game. So it makes me really proud and happy of my work throughout the years, and I'm hoping for more.
You might be the most well-known name in Clash Royale worldwide. Is there anything you'd like to say to your supporters, people watching at home?
I'd like to thank everyone for supporting me over the years, especially my family, my mom, my brother. I love everyone, and hopefully I can make everyone supporting me proud this year.
Thanks a lot, Mohammed. And I know I speak for everyone when we're very excited to see what you do this weekend.
Hopefully I can win. I'll do my best.
this last match. The telestration here is going to be huge. We're going through game 2, about the last 20 seconds, to really break down for you guys what exactly happened. So number 1 here, I just want to say 3 princesses on the board, insane control from Sub. And the idea here is to bait out the poison. But Mo, he's got the expertise. He understands that he has to play poison on the right-hand lane in order to basically continue to get that damage, right? But these princesses are stacking up. The Goblin Barrel's flying in. The Valkyrie here cleans up really well, as well as the Bomber, and then he gets the poison down. And I like what Sub is doing. Once again, the 3 princesses, but also the Dark Gob and Wallbreaker's attack, trying to pressure Mo to make a mistake, but that is what it takes to be a world champion. He gets the defense done after dropping that poison, and what a match, what an ending, what a reaction from Mo as well. He played it really, really well. Really impressive stuff
crazy,
all around. Bro. We're getting another matchup for you guys set up so I can, break that one down for you as well, as we're waiting for Mo and Sub to continue to prepare for the final best of 5 of the day. And we are hopping straight into this game. So much pressure in the right-hand lane. I really liked what Sub was doing, though. He made everything he possibly could happen on this left side attack in order to apply pressure. And then the big question that you guys are probably wondering at home, why is Mo not playing this Lightning on this tower? And Lightning, it hits the 3 most healthy troops in its radius, which includes the tower. So he knows that Sub is ready and trying to deflect this, first with the bats, and while Sub continues the dual lane pressure, he's continuing to basically play troops by his tower in order to try and deflect that Lightning. But Mo hits 2 Spear Gobs and gets the final hit on the tower to
instantly
clutch
walked
the
off.
match. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Andrew, Rich, is there anything that you guys have to say about what we've just seen?
I mean, the biggest question for me is in that game that we just saw the last replay with the Lightning, that Mortar deck, Juicy. That deck, how do you break through in those moments? You got the Skeleton King, Cannon Cart, the Barrel, but nothing's getting on tower.
Right, no, it's tough. I also like what you said about Mo not messing around with the cannon cart, is every time it dropped down, he's just lighting it off the board repeatedly. I think the best way to break through in that situation is to kind of do what he did, apply pressure with the mortars. It's your biggest asset when you're going up against the lightning version of the Hog deck instead of EQ. But unfortunately, Sub's defense just wasn't enough with Mo's continuous pressure with the Hogs in that right-hand lane.
And we saw all those lightning block attempts. We saw the bats out there, a 5-piece troop. Of course, you saw
Chad, it comes down to the final best of 5, guys.
Gob's not able to pick it up as he went for 2 and 1 on the outside. Thanks, Juicy. We really appreciate the insight there as we get some time for our championship, the final 5, the last gasp here to see if you can be a champion.
Come on, Mo.
With the entire
Close
nation
this
of
shit
Brazil
out.
behind him. We've seen the booth over here. There's a booth that's had about somewhere between 6 and 55 Brazilians in there throughout this entire time. I know everyone's cheering for him there. Can he beat and stop Mo from being our 3-time world champion?
I mean, since we've been in teams mode, you know that no matter what the matchup is, they're always going to root for their home.
Come on, Mo.
In Sub, and here we go. Grand Finals. 5 games at
Grand Finals.
CRL.
Final 5 games.
Will we see the first
Come on,
3
Mortar.
Or can Sub take the championship home to
he already
Brazil?
messed up. He already messed up.
Sub going something fast one more time, and he did not like
Bro, Sub already messed up
so quickly, and there's a mortar connection to open up the game.
I mean, that is already a horrible start for Sub. You talk about not letting the mortar lock.
Dude, Sub
on
already
the
messed
Skellies. Dark Goblin comes in. It's the closest unit. Mortar goes to the closest unit that's in range, gets on top of the Dark Gob. That's wasted elixir. Then he has to overspend with the minions, and then Mo gets a connection. Easy fireball there.
I really don't love seeing Sub go right back to a cycle deck to open things up. I don't believe that mortar gets there. No, not with the Goblin Gang.
Mortar
there is
versus
an
mortar.
activation you can pull there.
And Mo's done it during World Finals.
Yep. You know, it's interesting in this situation, we're talking about maybe looking for Sub to go with something heavy. He's not super great with P.E.K.K.A. Gob Giant, with E-Giant, with Golem. He's okay with things like Graveyard, the Lava deck. We might see him go Lava, P.E.K.K.A bridge spam. But those big, heavy ones that are usually the massive swings, not really in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, and you know, I do understand how strong they are in the meta right now, but it's always so tough to kind of, you know, place and pray, as we say when we talk about heavy decks. You know, we always talk about outplayability with faster cycle decks, which is why you see Sub continuing to go that direction. But maybe a beatdown attempt is the way to go after the first 3 games didn't go your way. Mo does allow that mortar to connect for a couple shots on the left-hand side, so Sub not down, are down but not out. And this boss bandit should be cleaned up by that Berserker.
Yeah, you saw Mohamed try to get the Goblin Gang down in time, timed with that boss bandit reset ability, but it was a little bit too far outside. Mortar goes ahead and connects, and Sub's right back in this one.
Going for a near mirror here, but obviously the E-Wiz and the Dark Goblin, two very different pieces of this equation, and the Fireball from Mo hitting that Dark Goblin, I'd start abusing it if I was Sub and then figure out a way to get the minions involved as well. And there you go, minions high, Fireball's out, and there's the Dark Goblin, just the way you want to see it. That's going to be, I was just going to say, that's going to be so much of this matchup, Rich, is trying to get that Fireball out from Mo and then abuse the other card that is best used with, or best defended with Fireball.
And what a smart Skeleton Barrel up there at the top, knowing that it was going to get taken down and pop those skeletons to control those boss bandits.
Yeah, Skeleton Barrel is just such a great siege defense, you know, after its evolution especially. You talk about that double drop, it does so much damage, and then your opponent sits there and goes, is it even worth trying to take care of the skellies? Fireball in, now the minions come down. There you go, Clockwork. Clockwork usually doesn't work against Mo Light though.
Sudden death overtime. Mohamed Light with a fairly solid lead, 1570 on the left-hand lane, 1728 on the right-hand tower for Sub.
And I was just gonna say, I'd love to see a high Dark Goblin there, but almost on walking towards the other side. Now maybe giving some value here.
And just continue to chip away in both lanes. We talk about the things that Mo does very well. It's early dual lane pressure.
And the interactions with the boss bandit definitely going in Mo Light's favor, at least in this instance. 1570, 2084, game 1 of our upper bracket grand final reset.
God, it's close.
And you see with the lead right now, he's comfortable to go defensive mortar and just be the one controlling.
Still trying to figure out what that last card is from Sub. Feeling more and more like it is Lightning.
I feel like Sub's last card is
Evo
Fireball.
Mortar sets up on the right-hand side.
Or no, maybe
minute,
Arrows?
Elixir.
Nah,
the last thing that Sub can have happen is to go down 4 in a row.
Arrows, yeah, that's what I thought.
There. And Sub, once again, just finding an incredibly difficult time breaking through. Maybe you heard us talking about how that other deck doesn't work very well, but this one is really struggling to get on tower.
And Arrows,
come on, Mo, just 30 seconds of defense. He needs to get a mortar lock. He can't win with spells.
But just not
as long as Mo doesn't let the mortar lock, he's going to win. Because Sub doesn't have any big spell.
And another mortar down for Sub. 18 seconds remains. He needs that mortar to connect and then some. And there's just absolutely no
the
way.
Boss Bandit!
Oh, wow. On the right-hand side. Boss Bandit breaks on through. Barrel's going to drop down. Sub, 4 in a row.
Come on, Mo! 4 in a row!
And 2 lives to give in his 2025 run.
Chat.
Feels like he's facing off.
This is disgusting, bro. How good he is. 4 in a row.
Couldn't agree more.
Chat.
The crowd can
4
feel it.
in a
Sub
row.
seems to be feeling it. And Mo knows
4.
history is on the line. The first ever.
Dude, that's the GOAT div.
Champion. That'd be a nice title to have back home.
First ever 3 times world
You gotta
champion.
wonder what Sub is thinking about here.
He
You know,
needs
I talked
2
about
more,
this
chat.
deck
2
pool.
more.
He's pretty good with bridge spam decks, Lava. We saw that Graveyard be played really well. We haven't seen Mega Knight decks, and Mega Knight can be good against a lot of the cycle stuff that Mohamed has been playing.
Dude.
Curious to
You
see
know,
if cool.
I mean,
bro, one thing I'm wondering is why hasn't Sub played like Beatdown yet? He's only played against Mo with Cycle and he's lost every time.
Thing is breaking through. I mean, again, we talk about the
You should try, like,
excellence that we've seen
E-Giant or
from
something.
Sub all weekend long, all year long, and right now it feels like Mo is almost toying with him out there on the battlefield.
Yeah, this is a difficult spot, and especially when you think about the level of comfort that Mo already has with deck picking. When you think about this phase of it, right? We talk about the nerves when you're actually playing the game itself, but the nerves in this period when you're trying to go through, remember your progressions, you have your sheet in front of you and make those choices. The confidence level that Mohamed Light has when he's making those deck picks here, Sub has certainly been in this position many times, but it's a little bit different, and you're trying to make that choice that's the do or die choice. I feel like the decision fatigue, the lockout, must be so difficult.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, because you're trying to anything that you can, and we know how important that is. I mean, infamously, we talk about, I mean, Mo could have already maybe been a 3-time champion had he not picked wrong on stage, brought the wrong piece of paper up, right? Well, it seems like right now, Sub might have the right piece of paper, but just not the right decisions to make. And that's the best thing about your coach, especially online, is they can sit there and make those unbiased, objective decisions without feeling the heat of the room and the lights and the crowd and the moment.
I want to see Sub do two things. I want to see him pick a deck that has direct tower damage.
Yes.
And I want to see him pick a deck that can go all the way to triple and then make a big downhill push and force Mohamed Light to play defense.
I want to see him go back to Graveyard, I think. I like that you were bringing that up earlier. I really don't want to see him try Drill because of how bad he could match up. I don't want to see him try to go in a, you know, I would be more okay with a minor off, if you will, than I would a Drill situation. But I would like to see him go maybe to Drill. Game 2, Grand Finals, coming your way.
Let's go, chat. Let's go.
Fireball and Barb Barrel and E-Wiz all out for Mohamed, and he goes Minor.
Oh, Royal Giant versus Minor.
And might Sub be doing the same?
Royal Giant versus Minor.
It feels like Mo is just going to control again, and I think Sub is hearing you, Rich. I think he's going to try to go a little heavier, go RG.
Yep.
And I think Mo is just right back to defending, cycling. Okay. Miner's on tower. He's got the guards. He's got the
I think Mo has
spirit.
Tesla
he's got the log.
too.
He's got so many ways to reset and stun and control that Royal Giant. Does take a Royal Ghost shot, and Mo goes, all right, you can have that. First thing in 4 games.
Mo has
Generally,
Tesla.
Sub is viewed as being pretty good with Royal Giant.
Come on, Mo.
We haven't seen him play it a lot in competitive compared to the more cycle-heavy stuff he's been doing.
We saw him do great with it against Pedro earlier today, so I like that he's going back to something that did work. Mo already recognizing, all right, I know what I'm up against. I'm going to just get a Tesla down, try to get towards my Tesla evolution. Good luck breaking through.
Mo's
Guards
defense with this deck is
trouble
perfect,
to
bro.
that Fisherman.
It's going to be hard to break through for Sub. This is like Mo's best deck ever is Minor Rocket. It's his favorite deck.
And the tension in this room right now, Andrew.
Yesterday we said it, I can echo it right now, as there's hundreds of people behind us and you could hear a pin drop. Waiting, hanging on bated breath to see, will the GOAT be the first ever to repeat the first 3-time? Or can the Cinderella story of Sub continue on?
Come on, Mo.
First Royal Giant.
I just don't know how you're going to break through, how you're going to beat the cycle. Teslas are out early.
Nice
guards
guards
are
to
always
block
there to
the
protect the
fishbowl.
fishermen. Logs and ice spirits. Oh my.
Oh my, indeed. Evo Tesla
Dark Prince!
out
Okay.
preemptively.
I mean,
and look at that.
That's just one of those things where you're like, I don't even care about playing my Evo when you're not on offense. I just need to, just Sim City, as we call it. Buildings down, always gonna have that second building ready. You have another RG, I have another Tesla. Guards off the board instantly.
Lead is, for the moment, for Subs, 27-13 to 26-68. From the top right of your screen down to your bottom left.
RG.
And now Sub gets aggressive at the bridge.
And hyper aggressive at the bridge. Log plus E-Spirit to clean up the guards. And I was gonna say, should get a shot, but there's that Evo Ice Spirit we were talking about. Just so
Perfect
many
defense
ways
from
to
Mo.
control this game. The only way to win this is for an Evo Royal Ghost to cause problems on Sub's end. That's what Sub needs to have happen. How can I make the Evo Royal Ghost make Mo spend more than he wants?
Interesting.
And Mo goes, I'm very happy to take that tower damage, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, we saw him doing that the other day, throwing this rocket on top of the cycled RG in the back.
Evo Ghost cycled in the back for sub.
Nice Ice Spirit placement. Nice delivery.
And I like that
Perfect
delivery,
defense
going
again.
to that inside in the hopes
Might
that it
just
would go
rocket
back
that
and
RG,
doesn't
or
do
no, he
it
can't
here, gets
'cause the
taken
roll
off the
goes.
board. And now this is what you're talking about.
can't.
Can the Evo Ghost do a little work? This case, not going to give him much.
He's going to
And
get the
Mo
tower.
still gets the damage on the
Nice!
R and the tower.
Come
from
on,
the
Mo.
rocket.
Flawless him.
21-46, 27-8, or 26-27. 1 minute remains in overtime.
Low Tesla here. That's going to give some fireball value.
You almost feel bad for him, just like you did for Pedro. There's just no way to break through.
Good log, get that tower
Royal
damage.
Giant to the right-hand lane. Trying to force expenditure out away from his weak side tower. Evo Ghost goes into the guards, maybe to add pressure in both lanes, cleaned up by the delivery and log.
Mo Light looks more locked in than we've ever seen him before, Rich.
Delivery on top of the Hunter, the Ghost, and the RG. Nice.
Just a few more moments of defense from Mohamed Light. We see the little smile.
5 in a row. Back to back to back to back to back game wins. After doing it to Pedro.
Dude. This is just excellence, bro. He might actually 6-0 sub in Grand Final.
Speechless. There's no way to break through. There's no stopping that man right now.
Dude, I want to see his interview.
You need a miracle. You need divine intervention.
I'm going to be honest, bro. Sub has a 0% chance of coming back.
Somewhere,
it's
Sub has
over.
to find inspiration, courage,
6-0.
and the will to battle back.
The GOAT, guys, the GOAT.
I mean, you talk about this
GOAT.
matchup, Rich, and, you know, you got to think about that.
Literally
deck
the
because
GOAT.
Mo's been so dominant with it. But what do
This
you do?
is
Do you just
crazy,
run?
bro.
Are you hoping that you run it against him in a mirror match? I don't know if I want to be in a mirror match against Mo with that deck. So
Literally
Sub
the
tries
GOAT.
to go back to what worked against Pedro here. You know, you're leading
One
on the
more
strongest
win
card
for
in the
Mo,
game
and
with
it is
Evo Royal
over,
Ghost.
man.
Royal Giant's been very strong this weekend, but there's just no way to break through. You got the Ice Spirit, the Evo Teslas. Tesla cycled over and over and over.
One more for Mo!
Making sure that Royal Ghost can't do anything to deliver.
One more!
Everything piling up at the bridge. The log plus the Ice Spirit. Everything is just so clean. Absolutely brutal. Then you go back to game one. Mo made this deck popular this weekend. He swaps out the log for the Bar Barrel in a best of 5. Sub goes Princess.
Bro, if
instead of
Sub
Cannoneer.
wins 2 in a row, that would
Doesn't
be
even have a
crazy. It would
chance.
come down to the last
And I'm
game.
telling you right now, the last thing
That
I
would
wanna
be
see
cinema.
out
But
of
I think
Sub
Mo
with
is just
the
gonna
bar
3-0.
barrel and the log gone is going to.
Yeah, I'm going to go P. If Sub wins 2 in a row, it comes down to the last game, which would be cinema.
Hey, I asked him about it.
I'm gonna go
He
P.
went to bait
2-0
once
for Mo.
Barbara
He needs
and
one
Log were
more.
Gone. He got the win against Mohamed, knocked him down. You have to know. You have to believe that Allen and Mohamed Light are prepared for that eventuality, and they have something cooked up very specifically to cover bait in this exact situation.
Go for broke. I'm telling you, you maybe go, you know, Rockets out. Obviously, maybe bringing Lightning in as Mo Light and Allen. But you've got to think of maybe going Graveyard with Vines and Poison. Stop thinking about saving and just start thinking about surviving.
That might be the most perfect thing you could have said here. Don't save, just survive. And Sub, I have to wonder what he's looking through. We saw him last match. He ran that Graveyard deck with success. Ran Bridge Spam, didn't come out very well for it against Pedro.
I mean, maybe go to the skies? I don't know. We haven't seen a lot of lava. It's had medium success.
And he's a pretty decent lava player.
Yeah.
He's a guy who can play lava. I mean, I think some of the concerns there are what spells are left, but at this point, you can't have concerns. You just have to go, go, go. And here we go. Mohamed Light on the precipice of history. Can Sub stop him?
Oh my God, run.
Sub, Pedro and Mo.
Last game.
He was able to deal
If
with
Mo
both of
wins
them
this,
today.
he's
The
world
other
champion.
one, giving him a lot harder
Sub's
time.
using E-Giant, I think.
You see the Gob Cage come out and Mo nod. Maybe he is going to the skies.
Recruits!
Yep.
Could also be going Piggies. Could be going Piggy Zappies.
Bro, Royal Recruits.
That makes me think to the skies.
Or no, maybe Lava.
Zap certainly does feel that
It's
way.
lava.
We have seen him run.
It's Lava.
Royal Hogs pretty well, but Zap would be a strange choice.
Mo's using log bait, Sub's using Lava.
Mo going with this very popular bait deck on ladder. We'll see if he's going to rock the Rascals or if he's got a different trick up his sleeve.
This is it, chat. If Mo wins this,
I like
he's
this
the
call
champion
from Mo,
of the
because
world.
You know Sub is feeling the pressure, and you have to have your micro interactions absolutely dialed to keep up with this deck that Mo's running, especially when you get to triple. And the curse comes out defensively.
Damage in both lanes for Mohamed. Now he pressures the right-hand side.
And Valkyrie doing a great job cleaning up that Royal Ghost evolution.
Mo's off to a really good start, guys.
The question is, Rich, a lot of times when we talk about going to the skies, going with Lava Hound, there has to be a moment where you sacrifice damage or a tower usually to get your lava on the board,
Mo's
or you have to
smiling.
make your opponent make mistakes elixir-wise so you get the advantage. As you can see right now, only about 1 elixir up and a couple thousand HP down.
Yeah, that's a really tough one. And now that we know that it's going to be no spell, no big spell, obviously you have to contend with the vines.
Mo has zappies for lava. That's so good.
That flying machine, stack a couple flying machines, start abusing them.
And the Goblins on tower.
Oh,
Evo
boy.
Zap has to come down defensively there. Zap
Wall
is
breakers.
stunning, going to get a double connection on the left-hand side. And the
It's
crowd
over.
can feel it.
It's over. Mo is the champ. It's over.
Dark Goblin to snipe,
6-0.
just in range.
The vines.
And the vines.
And Mo knows. You can see it on his face. Greatness. The spell power. There's no
It's
way
over.
to deal with the zappies and with the Dark
6-0.
Goblin. And the
He
Dark
did it.
Goblin.
He did it.
Mo's got his hands on his head.
And what a perfect curse. We're in sudden death overtime. Sub hanging on by a thread.
Sub can't even Lava
112
Hound, because if he
HP
Lava Hounds,
separates
Mo's going to
Mohamed
spam
Light
him.
from being the first ever 3-time.
Wall breakers.
Oh my word, wall breaker.
And the Vines comes in, cycled on the left-hand side, 36 HP, 1 more Vines, 3 titles.
And here
Goblin
we go.
Barrel, Vines.
That is gonna be it. Vines hit. Mohamed Light, 3-time world champion.
He's been the best in the game for years, but now it's undisputed. The reigning, back-to-back, 3-time world champion. The Pharaoh's done it again.
There's his coach, chat.
Will there ever be another like him? I don't believe so.
That man right there is 1 in a billion. Him and Allen, so much work over the years. And he does it.
Let's go down to the floor and hear from your world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a moment we have just witnessed. Oh my goodness. This is the most dominant world finals, grand finals that we have ever seen. One more time, I want to hear in the crowd, give it up for Mohamed Light.
in the lower bracket finals, 3-0 in the reset upper bracket finals. Fantastic job, 3-time world champ. Mohamed Light, take your crown.
Lift it up, show the world.
One more time for the greatest of all time, 3-time world champion,
Mohamed Light, you've been called the greatest player in the game for years. Now there's no arguing. 3 titles, 2 back-to-back. What does it feel like to be truly the undisputed greatest player in the history of Clash Royale?
I'm hungry right now, so I want to eat.
Mama's got food for you down there. You can see she's ready. Maybe you can buy dinner tonight. You've crossed the $1 million line in mobile esports. We've talked about that a lot. But more so, I want to know the decks, the play. You guys were unbreakable. Rich called you Thanos up on the desk. Talk to me about picking the decks and the plays in the grand finals. He could never break through.
This is something that me and Alan worked throughout the year. Where, for example, I would solo practice against other pro players. So I would basically pick my own decks and also play, you know. So I practiced a lot and I worked really hard on the deck picking aspect of things, and I'm very proud that it paid off, especially in this final.
Was there any moment where after Sub sent you to the lower bracket yesterday that coming into the grand finals against Sub, were you hoping maybe it was Pedro, or were you wondering if maybe Sub had your number after what happened yesterday?
No, the only reason he beat me was because I was hungry.
But you're hungry right now! You've been working with Alan for a couple years now. Talk to me about what this coaching relationship means to you.
Holy aura.
Well, I love Alan. He's an amazing coach. He helped me practice a lot, and he taught me everything he knew pretty much, so we can succeed together. Similarly to Julesy last year, same method, and it worked twice in a row for me, so I'm very grateful for both Julesy and Alan for their great work with me.
The greatest of all time, and his coach Alan, 3-time world champion Mo Light. Josh.
Jiu-Jitsu
Everybody
Kaisen.
here, we want to say a huge thank you. You have made this the best experience in Clash Royale history. You out there are the wildest crowd we have ever seen.
There's his mom, chat.
Just want to get final thoughts from our casting crew here. AC, how you feeling about this incredible weekend?
I mean, come on, the crowd has been incredible. The gameplay has been incredible. This was an amazing weekend.
Anytime you get to be a part of history, it's a great moment in life, and we just witnessed history here on stage. I'm just happy to be here with all of you, and happy to witness the greatest moment in CRL history.
Juicy, final thoughts.
I just want to say, you know, a lot of people have come to me and asked me, what does it take to get on this stage? Use this man as an example. Even though he's been at the top for 2 years, I spectated this man practicing every single day. He is a legend, and he deserves it.
This has been such an amazing event. We're so happy you all could join us, and we're excited to see you again next year. Thank you, everybody! One more time for your champion, Mohamed Light!
Thank you, Atlanta!
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. I watch a lot of video games. I've never seen that far of a gap, like between like top 1 and anybody else. Chat, that is legitimately insane. Like, I have never in my life seen that much of a gap. YouTube, I'm gonna end on YouTube, but I will still be streaming on Twitch. All right, I'm gonna be playing some ladder. All right, so come to Twitch. I'm gonna be playing ladder.